welcome to Lost Aux Media. As always, I'd like to thank you for joining me on yet another week of debauchery where we make you take a second look at what you just watched. As always, I won't hold you too much longer. Let's listen to some tunes and get into it. Welcome to the show. We have so many good jamokes this episode. Like, as always, it's not going to be a light one like it was last week. We have a jam-packed docket. So, as always, let's listen to a couple more tunes and get right into it. I'm thinking we start out this episode with a little Machine Gun Kelly. You guys hear this new fucking song that he just came out with? I mean, this thing is like full-blown Backstreet Boys. I'm not fucking with you. Like, if you guys don't know, Machine Gun Kelly used to be like a wannabe gangster rapper. Like a legitimate wannabe gangster rapper. This guy was dropping N-bombs in the whole nine. Then, for some strange reason, he gets this, like, crazy idea to, like, rap battle Eminem. I guess that Eminem was getting a little too political for my boy. And, what do they say about Eminem in the rap world? They always say, don't mess with the white boy. Don't mess with the white boy. This is dead serious. A lot of YNs in the rap industry say this because Eminem's got the lyrics. He's got the fan base. He's got the rhymes. I mean, this guy will cut you down. That's exactly what he did to Machine Gun Kelly. This guy went from battle rapping Eminem to legitimately, like, making a boy band. Like a boy band. I'm not even kidding. It's, like, kind of crazy. I want to show you guys the video that he's got going on right now. This thing is, I'm not joking, this thing is full-blown Backstreet Boys, right? And obviously we can't play it because you know how these guys are. So, but I had to show you guys this. I had to at least show you guys this. So we're going to play a little bit of the video, but it's going to be muted. So I want you guys to get a feeling of what Machine Gun Kelly's dropping for you guys. Check this out. So far it seems normal. He's just like walking down the street with some headphones on, right? But what's this little ditty bop he's got going on? This guy is dancing his ass off in a car wash right now. For those of you just listening at home, this guy is dancing his ass off in a car wash, and he did this thing with his teeth. He's got like fangs now. You guys notice this? This is crazy. Ever since like he started dating like Megan Fox, I think he might have had like a kid with her. No joke. And they started doing like the Angelina Jolie, Billy Bob Thornton type thing where they're like sucking each other's blood out of each other's necks and shit like that. If you guys remember, it's an old reference, Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob Thornton, but they used to wear like vials of each other's blood. Or no, that was Marilyn Manson. Billy Bob Thornton and Angelina Jolie were just like fucking each other in limos and doing weird stuff like that. But I think it was Marilyn Manson. He was dating some weird pale chick from Hollywood, and they were wearing vials of each other's blood. It was one of those weird Hollywood couples. And MGK and Megan Fox decided to start doing this. Now MGK thinks he's like a vampire Backstreet Boy, and he's singing ditty bops in a car wash. And this thing is wild. When you listen to it, when you go listen to it for yourself, you're going to see this thing is like, tell me what you want from me. Baby, I'm a rolling stone. I'ma suck my dick. I'ma hold my nut. You know what I mean? It's like one of those. Watch. Look at this. We're going to fast forward a little bit. He's doing the whole... This is like for college country girls. This is... Georgia U is going to eat this song up. Watch this. Look at the cheesy shit he's doing. He draws a smiley face on the soapy windshield of the car. But remember, he works at the car wash. He wipes it off, bam. Smoking hot blonde. What do you know about that? Give it up. Give it up for the smoking hot blonde. We're not done yet, though. So this is obviously the demographic for this song. This thing is going to be playing in country bars all across the United States. I'm going to tell you that right now. But we got to skip to like, wait until you see the choreographed dance that's going to take place here. This is wild. Look at this. They're supposed to be washing cars, and they're dancing like this. Imagine being, look, this blonde is not impressed by this, bro.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
This blonde in this car is sitting here like, are you guys going to wash my shit or what? I know I would be if I was in this situation. I like how these music videos, like these Backstreet Boy style music videos, they always try to do this. They go, let's put him in like a relatable situation, like a car wash. And then the girl is in the car wash. He's like impressing the girl by dancing around and using one of the mops as a microphone. Yeah. What now? Why are you using the mop as a microphone? Is my question. Why is a mop even inside of a fucking car wash? Like, I get it if you need to mop inside where the customers go to pay and stuff like that, but why is it outside? You should not need a mop anywhere near a car wash, in my opinion. So, MGK, what's going on here? Why are you using mops at the car wash to try to impress blondes with your fucking country ditty bop? Now, watch this. This is the last one I'm going to show you before we move on a little bit. We still got more Machine Gun Kelly, but we have to move on from this. So, look at this next one. Look at these guys. Choreographed dance, number 2, coming up. Look at this. They're choreographed dancing on the fucking bed of like the flatbed of a fucking tow truck.
What the fuck?
Look at, this is crazy. This is happening right now. Machine Gun Kelly. With the rap song that he did about Eminem, he was like, I don't remember it, but it was something wild. He was like, yeah, you're a bitch. Yeah, I'm a tough guy. Let's talk about it. You're a stupid asshole. Let's talk about it. And he went from like dropping that hard heat, like legitimately the lyrics in that song were basically like spitting in Eminem's face and being like, what are you going to do, bitch? What are you going to do? Eminem pulls out some liquid sword style shit on this guy. And now he's doing this. Legitimately, he's doing the fucking thing that the boy bands do. Like, that's crazy. Dude, this is wild, Machine Gun Kelly. Megan Fox couldn't have been that good in the sack. That she rewired your whole shit that you're doing this now? This is like a different guy. Look at this dance. The slow moves and shit. I'm telling you. Look, Kansas State is going to eat this up, dudes. Let's give it up for Machine Gun Kelly's new music video, man. You can't beat that. But look, this is funny. While I saw the music video, of course, I'm like scrolling online like, oh, there's got to be so many people talking shit about this thing. You know, like I can't be the only one who has something to say about this. And I wasn't wrong about that. Twitter's fucking destroying this goddamn thing. But I wanted to show you guys this. Someone ended up catching MGK slipping while he was recording his music video. We got volume this time, so don't worry. We're not going to keep dragging on in the silent circus. So check this out. Watch this. MGK caught slipping while recording the Cliche music video.
Tell me, would you wait for me?
Look at him. Look at him.
MGK, fuck you!
I love that. MGK's face. Hold up. Let's see if we can go back to that. He goes, MGK, fuck you! Look at MGK's face.
Fuck you!
Look at MGK. Oh, man, let's give it up. I don't know who that guy was, but that guy is fucking awesome. Look at Machine Gun Kelly. He's like, bro, I'm fucking rich, bro. What are you talking about? Fuck me, man. I hate how Twitter's so sensitive when you try to zoom in like that. It's annoying as shit. Look at his face. What do you mean, fuck me? I'm fucking rich, bro. I'm fucking Megan Fox. I got this ditty bop going on. You saying fuck me. And the person who uploaded is the Total Bitch channel on Instagram. Gotta love that, dude. Machine Gun Kelly caught slipping. My man caught slipping like that. You cannot get caught slipping. And then this guy wants to like respond to these guys, right? Which is the worst thing that you could possibly do. Like, if you're gonna go about getting shit on for something like this, you stay silent. You let the ticket sales do the talking. You let the numbers do the talking. I mean, as much as I'm talking shit about it, that video that we just played had like almost 9 million views. The thing's been out like less than a week, maybe a week, something like that. That's big numbers. So it's pretty obvious this guy's going to be able to tour off of that. He's going to pull in some dough, some cashola, right? And you're worried about this. This is like people's reactions to this fucks you up. This is like Ethan Klein level crash out bullshit. Because again, I'm not saying money solves everybody's problems, but it fucking helps. You know what I mean? It's a very good life lubricant, that money. You know, when you get some, you'll understand. I haven't had it my whole life, so I'm still waiting to hit that, to open that door. And when the door gets open and I walk through it, oh so gracefully, trust me, I'm not going to be worried about what the fuck you guys are saying about me online. Doesn't matter what the hell I'm doing. That point, it's like, live life and move on, my friend. Let it fucking go. This guy gets a couple fucking bad comments online over his goddamn song, and he's like legitimately trying to defend this thing to the nines. Watch this.
Never spotlight hate because the love is just outweighs it, but sometimes.
Oh yeah, listen to that. You have to catch that first one. Listen to him say this. He says, "I usually don't respond to hate because the love just outweighs it so much." So what happened? This outweighed it this time? The hate outweighed it this time to where you had to respond? See, this is like one of those guys that like suggest to do something and everybody's like, no, we don't like that idea. He's like, I always hated that place. You know, let's go to Carrabba's. Everybody's like, I don't really like Carrabba's. He goes, I always hated Carrabba's. It fucking sucks. You know? It's like that kind of attitude. This is like, he reminds me of that type of guy. Because if you say something like that, right? If you say, I don't usually respond because the love outweighs, you shouldn't have to fucking qualify that. You should be able to live by that. Instead, you're making reaction videos on fucking line. And you're doing, wait until you see the guy that Machine Gun Kelly has as backup for his fucking reaction video, all the hate. Watch this.
All right, I don't really ever spotlight hate because the love is just outweighs it, but sometimes you gotta laugh. Ginger Beard Gauge. What is this garbage? The poster is even gayer, spelled Gheye.
Yeah, it's gay. It's gay. It's to emphasize it, bro. To emphasize it. And look at your fucking goon that you have back here. This is the guy I was talking about. This is his backup. He needed it to make this reaction video, this MGK. This guy that he's hanging out with is like every dude that you will see nodding out in Los Angeles high on fentanyl. This is like one of those guys that does that weird like limbo shit that you see the zombies do in inner cities where they're fucking they pull like circus level balancing acts. Like I've driven through LA. I've been at stoplights and legitimately looked over and been like, how is this even possible? I could not balance that good on a bicycle, let alone what these people are doing. Like the poses you see these fentanyl addicts in cities like LA, it reminds me of like when you see like those people online that will balance like 2 forks and a bar stool on like a toothpick. You know what I mean? It's like that. You're like one false move and this whole thing is coming crumbling down, you know? You could blow on these guys, push them over, and they don't even come back. They're weebles, they wobble, but they don't fall down. This is this guy you have doing backup for this fucking video. Yeah, it's gay. That's why everybody's talking about it. It's gay. What you got so shook up? And these aren't even that bad of comments. He goes, this is garbage. It's like, that's so generic that's what you want to react to. React to one of like the deep cuts. You know what I mean? One of the guys that thinks they're being clever and then you shut them down. That's what makes you look good. Responding to what is this garbage is not gonna. That's like any social media personality or famous person is gonna be like, you're reacting to that.
Your beard gauge. What is this garbage? The poster is even gayer, spelled Gheyer. The kids in elementary school just enjoying a song. They're turning the kids gay, spelled Ghey.
That's true. You guys are gonna turn every single kid gay. And look at his nails. I didn't even notice those until now. Come on, you wearing nail polish that looks like Marlboro cigarette packs, and you're gonna tell us that you're not gay. Come on. Those nails took, how many hours did it take for something like that? I don't know. I don't do my nails. This is like gotta be at least 4 hours per nail, I would imagine. So this guy sat around for 187 hours getting his nails done. You're trying to tell us that you're not gonna turn the kids gay. This is
Just
insane.
tell me you're insecure. And tell me you found your girlfriend watching this music video without telling me.
Who's finding their girlfriend watching this music video? I really want to know that. Who's finding their girlfriend watching this music video, MGK? Everybody out there is that big of fucking losers. And this is the thing. That's like some middle school type shit. You think that adults are hanging around watching music videos together and falling in love? That's like something that middle school kids do together. They go to each other's house after school. They're like, yo, let's pop on YouTube. And then 2 13-year-olds fall in love. This is a demographic that you go for. I always get so weary about when I see like grown-ass famous people trying to pander to children. That like really throws me off. Like, or teenagers, whichever it may be. You know, that kind of stuff throws me off a lot. Like a lot, dude. And what's weird is lately I've been noticing Barstool had been gearing up to do like a kids style YouTube show. Yeah, I'm not making this up. I was like watching, I think it was like the Unnamed Show is a podcast, one of the podcasts that Dave Portnoy's involved in since he left BFFs, which has broken my heart. I'm watching the Unnamed Show, and he starts talking about how this kid show that he titled Mr. Jerry might not end up getting aired. There might be some issues with it, some conflicts of interest maybe, right? So I started listening. I go, what could be so bad about a Barstool show that they're going to have to cancel it? It's got to be pretty juicy because Barstool, I mean, they're pushing the line constantly, right? At least that's what you think. So I keep listening, and Dave mentioned something about how he doesn't think that it's going to jive good with the fact that their main sponsor is a gambling company, and this Mr. Jerry show is going to be a full-blown kids show. A full-blown child show coming from fucking Barstool. Could you imagine that? Like, when I think about that, I picture, like, Dave being like, all right, kids, we're going to be doing one-bite reviews on Elio's Pizza. The flop is insane. It's too much flop. The dough is like, it looks like somebody punctured the dough all up underneath it. There's not much cheese on it. The sauce has way too much sugar. You know? All in all, I give it a 4.5. You know, that's what I picture when I say, and he goes, you kids know how to count to 4.5? That's honestly what I picture when I hear, oh, the Barstool's making a kid show. The reality was way worse than that. It was a kid show titled Mr. Jerry. It's going to be this guy named Jersey Jerry, who was a Barstool media personnel. He's on a bunch of the podcasts as well. He's a social media personnel from there. I'm not deep Barstool, so I don't know crazy much about him. But I do know that a lot of his gambling content, or a lot of his content involved gambling. All of Barstool's content involves gambling. If they're not gambling, I'm not saying all they do is gamble, but if they're not gambling in the videos themselves, they're stopping the video every 5 minutes to go, this video is brought to you by DraftKings. Yeah, DraftKings. Everybody become gambling addicts. Please, we're begging you, because they're our biggest sponsor. They pay us pretty much all of our money. So if you could go over to DraftKings, tell them we sent you, that would help us out a lot. And we're not responsible for what you do to ruin your lives or your financial status. That's just how we do it here at Barstool. And those ads would be on that kid show. They would have to be. What else are you going to do? You have to put, if you have a deal signed with DraftKings, you're going to have to put ads on every show. So that was a little bit of a conflict of interest. But because I heard all that, it kind of got me. I was like, whoa, I didn't even know anything about this. So I started looking into it. And, dude, I want to show you guys the origins. I want to show you when this was being thought up and think tanked and stuff like that. And we can also get a little glimpse at this fucking Jersey Jerry guy. This is the guy right here, Jersey Jerry over here.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
It's Jersey Jerry. Looks like a fucking character out of The Sopranos, and he just got done eating at least 1.5 pounds of gabagool. This guy, he wants to transition into kids' content. This is insane. And we're about to watch right now, we're about to watch the pitch. This is going to be his pitch to Dave. At least I think it is. Let me make sure that's the right time code. So we're about to watch this Jersey Jerry. See, I'm from New Jersey. I see guys like this, it makes me fucking sick. Because we're not all Jersey Jerry trying to become fucking Mr. Jerry and fucking rape little kids. That's not what we do over there. You know, I'm from Jersey. I lived in Jersey for 19 of the 35 years I've been alive, right? That's a long time. It's 2/3 of my life. And I don't even talk like I'm from New Jersey. Every now and then you'll hear it when I say the word Jersey. You'll hear I have a little bit of Jersey, in there. That's it. So when I hear people who talk like this, I'm like, this guy is like a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. I'm from the state. I hear people talk like they're from New Jersey. I immediately think they're fucking the dumbest person in the room.
Jerry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. Can we talk about it yet or no?
Yeah, it's fine. It is what it is. It's all good. It's not like, I mean, I don't think anybody's going to take it and run with it, You
hear this guy's fucking voice? This fucking hoagie eating, pork roll slabbering. This guy, pork roll, look it up. Pork roll is a Jersey gem. I don't know why every state doesn't have it. That's the one thing I will always go to bat for when it comes to New Jersey is pork roll. Look it up. But this guy, I hate, yeah, we could talk about it. I'm from Jersey. Get a couple slices over down by a beach. Hoagies and grinders. I hate that. Listen to this guy wants to teach kids how to say their ABCs.
It is what it is. It's all good. It's not like, I don't think anybody's going to take it and run with it, I think I'm going to transition to a full-time kids show. Like a Miss Rachel, but Mr. Jerry.
Silence. Silence. Everyone, silence. Look at Dave's fucking face. Dave's over here like, I can't believe this asshole is actually wasting my time with this garbage. This is fucking bullshit. Nobody is on board with this, dude. Nobody is on board with this right now. That was gold. Look at this other guy. Dave's buddy Whitney. These are the three Boston boys. Dave, Whitney, and fucking Kirk Minahan. His name is spelled Minnie Hane. And they pronounce it the fucking crazy. They go, my name is Kirk Moynihan. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, spell it like it's fucking, or say it like it's spelled. You know what I mean? This is Kirk Minahan. That's your fucking name. Don't give me that Boston Moynihan shit. All these guys are taken aback by this. He wants to be Mr. Jerry, like Mrs. Kelly or whatever the fuck, Miss Rachel from down the block, but it's me, Mr. Jerry. I teach you kids how to fucking sign up with the bookie and put 3-to-1 odds on the horses down at the track. I'm going to transition into this.
Like, I don't think anybody's going to take it and run with it, I think I'm going to transition to a full-time kids show. Like a Miss Rachel, but Mr. Jerry.
I beg your pardon?
I could see this working.
Dave, could you ever picture... So I had a vision, too, where obviously Barstool's a network, been around for a long time, 20-plus years, very successful. Could you see a separate entity of Barstool like Barstool Kids?
Could you see that, Dave? Could you see a separate entity like Barstool Kids? Could you see that happening, Dave? I could film the whole thing in Jersey. He has his better days ahead fucking hoodie. Better days are not ahead, dude. Not if you transition to full-time kids. I'll tell you that. Better days are not ahead. These guys like end up like killing themselves and shit like that. These people that do these kids shows. Either that or they start like weird alt bands and try to end up copying fucking Moby. That's a throwback reference. Moby, look it up. You look up the guy who hosted Blue's Clues. Guy was hosting the show, had a full head of hair, was young, vibrant. He goes, "We just got a letter. That's just how much from." You know what I mean? And the guy, as soon as he left the show, the guy shaves all of his fucking head off. He goes and starts an alt band, touring around the country, staying in shitty hotels and stuff like that. The guy lost his mind. It's like, this better days are not ahead if this is the path that you're going to take. Now watch, listen to him. He goes, "You ever think about a separate entity, Dave? That would be fucking huge, Dave. It would be huge." Everybody is just lining up the block to have their kids be taught by a media company of gambling degenerates. Everybody's lining up for that. It's going to be a fucking smash hit.
Been around for a long time, 20 plus years, very successful. Could you see a separate entity of Barstool like Barstool Kids?
No.
And a separate network? I mean, that would be massive. Massive.
Massive.
If it works,
I hate
great.
it.
If it doesn't,
I hate it.
Yeah, I mean, I love it.
I wouldn't prevent.
Look, he goes, "Yeah, I mean, I love it." You know, he has to squirm. As soon as Dave says, "I fucking hate it," what are you going to do? The owner of the whole fucking company, your boss, immediately, "I hate your idea. It fucking sucks. Throw it away." And you have to do something to defend it. You're literally making it a big deal. You're coming onto his show. You're turning it into a whole segment. So it's like now with Dave, it's like not only are you hindering his life with this shitty idea because you're part of his company, you're also interrupting his show. This is the only time he even like probably talks to Kirk and Whitney. Kirk Moynihan. You know? This is the only time he's probably gets to talk to these guys. Now he has to deal with your bullshit. You bring in this like crazy outlandish idea. This would be like if Pornhub was like, "Hey, we're thinking about getting into the fucking child entertainment business." It's like, you guys have no business being there. You know, you guys are kind of adult content as far as I know. I've never been on Pornhub, so I don't really know what's on that website. But yeah, it's adult content. Now you want to transition into kids content. You have no business being in that room, in that space. You have no business even think tanking this. What are you doing? He goes, "That would be massive, Dave. It'd be fucking massive." Dave goes, "I hate it." And watch him squirm. He goes, "Well, yeah, I like it. I mean, I like it.
And a separate network. I mean, that would be massive. Massive. If it works,
I
great.
hate it.
If it doesn't,
I hate it.
I mean, I love it.
I wouldn't prevent anybody from doing anything.
I love saying
Just from a human interest level, Dave, aren't you interested in watching the pilot episode of Mr. Jerry? Just to see what it looks like? No.
What the fuck?
Sorry, Jerry. That's when you know it's a fucking shit idea. Because, like, Kirk is sitting here, or what, Kirk or Whitney, who I don't even know. I get these two mixed up all the time. They're sitting here going, trying to, like, make it appealing to Dave. They go, "Well, don't you at least want to see him, like, fall on his face, trying to make it?" Like, you know, because they know that that's going to be, like, a fucking disaster, right? So that's their selling point. They go, "Don't you at least want to see him fall on his fucking face with this? You know, you don't at least want to get the enjoyment of laughing at that?" That's how uninterested Dave is. Nope. Don't even care about that. That's how much Dave doesn't like this idea.
I love it.
I wouldn't prevent anybody from doing anything.
I love saying
Just from a human interest level, Dave, aren't you interested in watching the pilot episode of Mr. Jerry? Just to see what it looks like? No.
No.
I can't have less interest in this.
Womp
All right,
womp.
Jerry, we'll talk to you. Good luck.
Yep. Okay, thanks, guys.
Now listen to Jerry.
Listen, I'm gonna give it a try. It'll be like Miss Rachel, like Blippy, kids show, and we'll do ABCs, we'll do fun songs, we'll build stuff, play with fire trucks, go to the playground.
Teach him how to run a bodega. I teach him how to sell loose cigarettes for 50 cents a pop, even though it's illegal in every state. Teach him how to make a hard-boiled egg and cheese. You know what I mean? Hard-boiled egg and cheese. I'm trying to think. No, he'd teach him how to make a bacon, egg, and cheese on an everything beat. That's what this guy should be doing. I don't even know why Barstool hires guys like this. You know what I mean? This is insanity. This guy should be slicing cold cuts behind the deli at a fucking bodega somewhere. Chasing out the customers that hang out too long but don't pay. That's what this guy should be doing. He should be nowhere near fucking any cameras, any lighting, any kind of movies, any video set, YouTube video, anything. Keep this guy out of this. It's insanity.
So this is a home run or it's a miss, like a complete miss. But Quiggs is right. If it's a miss, at least it's a funny miss. This, I think I would have fun and like actually do something positive for the kids. Listen, I always been for the kids. Long before I had kids, I was always for the kids.
I was always for the kids. Long before I was raping kids, I was always for the kids. That's one thing you got to know about me. I'm a fun guy. I'm a kid guy. Why? What is it? I'm being so genuine with this. I don't understand why anyone would want to do kids content other than like a paycheck. Like, I could understand if you were like a up and coming actor or actress, right? And you've been down and out on the auditions, you haven't worked for whatever amount of time, and things are looking down. And then you finally get a break, and it's a kid's show. It's like, bro, that's a paycheck. I will never knock that. That's a paycheck. But to be like one of the guys that's like thinking all of the shit up and stuff like that, like this guy, he wants to like legitimately create it. That to me is like off-putting. It's like, why would any adult want to create stuff for kids? I hate kids. And if you don't hate kids, I mean, what are you doing? If you have kids, you should hate kids. Like, how do they rip, like, it make you rip your hair out. You never get a moment to yourself. They're shitting and pissing all over the place and ruining all of your stuff. It's like, you ever walk into a person's house and they have multiple children under the age of 8 years old. The house smells insane, bro. It smells crazy. The second you walk in there, it's like, what is happening here? And then you want to create stuff for them? Like, not out of like some sense of desperation and needing to pay your bills. You want to like actually like go forth and like put that out into the world. There has to be an ulterior motive for that. You want to diddle these children, in my opinion. Allegedly. You know what I mean? Because this is crazy. A guy like this, a grinder, this guy is fucking crazy. This guy is eating like nothing but hard salami for lunch. Genoa salami for lunch. That's all. And he washes it down with the Manhattan Special. And now he wants to transition into teaching kids ABC. This is wild.
For the kids. Listen, I always been for the kids. Long before I had kids, I was always for the kids.
I like to fuck 'em.
Got my notepad today. Jot down some notes. First things first, need a name of the show. I need
all that with the Zen in his mouth. I'm going to teach the kids how to do Zen. Let's give it up for the Zen. I'm going to teach the kids how to pack a fucking 6 milligram Whopper into their bottom lip. And, hey, this is how we learn how to count too, kids, because you never pop just one. 6 milligrams ain't enough. And they don't make the Zens in 12 milligrams, so you always put in 2. That's a lesson to you, children.
You need an outfit. The outfit has to be on point. The outfit has to be on point. You could do spin-offs. Like the signs. This is a stop sign. It's an octagon.
This is insane. Do you want this maniac teaching your child? This is gonna be the cover of a fucking Netflix documentary soon, bro. This is gonna be the cover of a Netflix documentary. How Mr. Jerry's house went completely wrong. Barstool. More like rape stool, if you ask me. This is a kid diddler. This is a child predator, if you will. Watch the way he does that again. He goes, this is a stop sign. He starts getting so into it, dude. Watch this.
You could do spin-offs. Like the signs. This is a stop sign. It's an octagon. What color is a stop sign? It's red. Red. How do you spell red? R-E-D. D is dog. You know, there's a lot of things you could do with it.
This guy, he seriously thinks he's like fucking striking gold. He's like, nobody's ever done this before. It's the kind of attitude that he has for this. He just figured out that kids are fucking stupid. You have to teach them shit, right? It's a blank check, dude. You have to, it's like you're not fucking innovating anything here. He's like saying it like he's got all this figured out in his head. He goes, yeah, man, you just teach them anything. You don't have to structure it any kind of way. You know, you could completely like, you know, mess up the whole infrastructure of their learning pattern in their mind. You know, you just pretty much throw spaghetti at the wall and whatever the kids pick up, it's like, it's the parents' responsibility after that. They're only going to be watching the show 18 hours a day if it's a hit. You know, it's like, we don't have to be like Einstein about this. Look, the camera guy's about to ask him, you feel like you're even like smart enough to teach these children? Watch this.
How do you spell red? R-E-D. D is dog. You know, there's a lot of things you could do with it.
Do you feel like you're sharp enough right now to be in a teaching position?
No. But I, like, imagine me doing multiplication or long division to the kids. They think it's funny.
Yeah, they're going to think it's funny. They're not going to learn anything, Mr. Jerry. They're not going to learn shit. Now watch this part, dude. You guys got it. This part is hilarious. This is going to be like Jerry's think tank session. This is him coming up with the ideas for the show. And this is like a scene out of Mad Men. You know when the boys in Mad Men, they're all trying to think up like Victoria's Secret ad campaigns and shit. And you got John Hamm in there. He's like, well, it's for a woman. And women are sluts. So we have to treat them accordingly. But we also have to treat them with respect. This is a lingerie brand. So let's go with something like Victoria's Secret. Sluts with class. You know what I mean? And then the boys are like all with whiskeys in their hand. They go, oh, this is great. This is $1 million ad campaign idea. This guy just came up with John Hamm. He's fucking brilliant. You know? And that's like, these guys are going to be like think tank level like that. Coming up with this shit. Watch this.
Yeah, I think Mr. Jerry is good.
Yeah.
We need the outfit to slap though. I think that's the biggest thing. Is
the outfit's got to slap.
I'm thinking khakis with like a sweater vest that's tucked in. I kind of like this, Wigs.
You saw that? Look at his attitude right now. He reminds me of like a rapper that just got money. Like just got money. Like literally just like it just hit his bank account and he's checking it on his phone. Now he goes to his boys, all the other YNs in the group, and goes, check out all them O's, my dude. You don't know shit about that. About all them goddamn O's in that bank account. So what do you do after that? You start shopping for Rolexes and Lambos and stuff like that. This is what this guy reminds me of. I love this is my favorite part of this whole video. He goes, I'm thinking the sweater vest with the khakis tucked in. Like he says it like that is the hit idea, like mic drop fucking moment. He goes, that's gonna be the look.
Outfit. I'm thinking khakis with like a sweater vest that's tucked in. I kind of like this, Wigs.
I like this.
Imagine a kid screaming for Rossi. Yeah. But on Rossi.
Ooh, Wigs,
This guy, he's a predator. This is R. Kelly. Imagine you hear the kids screaming for me like that. They go, "Where's the Rossi? Where's the what?" You don't do that. You don't do that as a grown man. You don't do that as a grown man that shouldn't be looked into. I'm not walking down the street dreaming of what it'd be like if kids are screaming for me.
This kind of slaps. So you'll have to have like an opening song, you'd say, or a beat, teaching kids about football, teaching them about baseball, like sports. Teaching the sport.
Look at
you know what I mean?
Writing notes.
Personal foul.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to be good at any of this. You just have to be more knowledgeable than a 1-year-old child.
Yeah.
That's not true. That's not true. Whoever that asshole was that's thinking up this stuff with them, he's like, you don't have to be smart. You just got to be smarter than a 1-year-old. No. You could fucking ruin these kids' like developmental patterns. That's what people don't understand about this. Children are like sponges. You can't just throw whatever the fuck you want at them because they're going to start picking those things up from you fundamentally. And fundamentals are hard to break, my friend. And people, they're very hard to break. This is like the core of who people are. You know? You ever like, look, last week we talked about Andrew Tate, right? How bad of a guy everybody likes to think Andrew Tate. Well, he could be a bad guy. I don't know. I've never met him. But everybody likes to think so, right? This guy was probably taught that shit as a kid. He's probably, as a 4-year-old kid, waddling, from his playroom, and his dad's over there fucking yanking his mom around the kitchen because the eggs are too slimy. You know what I mean? And the mom sticks around. It's like that kind of, I don't know if that's how he grew up, but I'm saying it's like when they're seeing that as a kid, that's kind of like shapes how you think women should be treated. You get what I'm saying? And then whether you like to think it or not, you subconsciously have that in your mind. Like, you ever just look at somebody and you're like, oh, something about that motherfucker, I just don't like him. It's like that. It's like a subconscious feeling of that. Even, like, it takes a lot of therapy to break a motherfucker like that. So this idiot over here, he goes, well, you just have to be smarter than a 1-year-old. No. You're, like, shaping these kids. You're teaching these kids. Their parents are not going to want them to just, like, one episode is, like, learning ABCs and long division. That's you can't do that. You have to have, like, a structure for the learning, right? This guy's crazy.
You just have to be more knowledgeable than a 1-year-old child.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Mr. Jerry. What is a Jerry? What's a Jerry? What are you thinking, like, logo-wise? Mr. Jerry. But every letter is something. It's like a jackhammer or a J. You know what I mean? Yeah. Jeans, like, okay. Picture this. Picture blue jeans in here.
You're
like
really
an E could be like a paper clip, That way, that way, that way, that way, that way, that way. Bubbles. I like bubbles. Kids love bubbles.
Kids love bubbles.
Like, do you think I start with, like, ABCs and, like, stuff like that? Or do you think I jump right into, like, teaching sports? Once we get the color.
You hearing this? Should we start with ABCs or should, like, we just jump right into teaching these kids sports? And how to bet on parlays. Should we go into that right away? What did I just say? I literally just said you can't go and make an episode where it's like ABCs in one half of the episode and long division in the other. Too wide of a spectrum. This guy is over here going, should we jump into ABCs or should we just go right into how to bet your whole life savings on a fucking 3-game basketball parlay? Should we jump into that first?
Scheme. I don't want black and yellow like Steelers. That's not good.
No, go with that.
Baby blue. Do you like baby blue?
Yeah.
I like those colors though.
I love the music that they're putting behind it. Let's skip ahead. I want to show you guys the listen to him trying to come up with the song. They don't even put any effort into this part. They just start clicking through like AI songs and going like, we could come up with something. It's like, what happened to like these media companies putting like any effort into this? You want to make millions of dollars off a kid's show. You don't want to put any effort into it. But you want to put effort into teaching the kids sports. Okay. Not making a whole lot of sense here. Listen to this. I'm gonna show you guys the trailer for this thing. They had a trailer for this thing. They were getting ready to drop the episodes and everything. Dave got one call from DraftKings. They're like, "You making a fucking kids show? What are you, high?"
It's like a song. It's like a concert. What?
What's Team Umizoomi?
Team Umizoomi? What the fuck is that? Do you think it's a guy's voice or a girl's voice?
Team Umizoomi. Kids love Team Umizoomi. Okay? They love it.
Too fast. Doesn't flow.
Uh-oh.
Hey, hey, kids, it's time to
Oh!
play with Mr. Jerry.
Oh! Oh, look at his face.
Every day's a blast with you.
Look at him. He's like, yo, bro, we're gonna be able to diddle so many fucking kids at this shit, bro. He goes, this song's a fucking hit, bro. I play this in the bodega all day. Look, and the Zin makes another appearance. Let's give a round of applause to the Zin. That's gonna be Jerry's co-host. Hey, it's me, Mr. Jerry, and my co-host, the Zin. You know, the one that's in my bottom lip? Don't worry, kids, I'll teach you how to pop a Zin later. You can't record these kids episodes with fucking 19 Zins in your goddamn bottom jaw, dude. I'm sorry. So look, they found the song. This is a hit. Ooh, baby. Yes. So look, let's finish this up. Now he's got the song. So the think tank, we're in full circle on the think tank. He made the pitch. He put together the idea. Now all we have to do is package this fucking thing, right? Right? Am I lying here? All we have left is to package this thing. So let's check it out. I want to show you guys the trailer for Mr. Jerry. This is rich. Look, I'm happy, dude. I'm so happy right now. I was seriously so worried that, like, because they canceled it, they would, like, delete the trailer. It's not like the trailer has, like, penises in it or anything like that. Don't forget, it's a kid show. But I just thought, like, they would end up deleting it or something like that. Wait until you see how bad this thing is produced. Like, kids are like, you know, you can get away with a lot when it comes to kids comics, like, or kids content. Like, think of Scooby-Doo, for example. Like, Scooby-Doo wasn't, like, drawn like the Mona Lisa or nothing, but it was pretty well drawn for a kid's show. And the backgrounds were pretty, like, there was a lot to the backgrounds, a lot of detail in them. They almost looked like paintings. Every background in Scooby-Doo almost looked like a painting, right? Now you watch kids shows like Phineas and Ferb. Half of their head is like their nose. Everything's all off-shaped. The mouths are on the side. The eyes are all huge. Nothing makes sense. The girls are all like skinny. Well, all the girls and the boys are skinny and thin like spaghetti. Their limbs like bend all weird and they're like noodly and shit like that. It's like now the kids' drawings are like garbage compared to what they used to be. So you could get away with a lot when it comes to a kid's show. And this Mr. Jerry thing, it's just all green screen. But the animation, whoever edited this thing, like, fire him. Dave, fire him. Because, like, the animation, watch, you'll see what I'm saying. The animations on the green screens aren't even that good.
Hey, hey, kids, it's time to play with Mr. Jerry.
Look, and this is what I'm saying right here. You're gonna this is Big Cat. For those of you listening around, Jerry opens the door to the house. He's, hey, Jerry. He's all waving and shit. Now it's him and his quote-unquote buddy inside of the Mr. Jerry house, right? This is where all the kids are going to learn, inside of Jerry's house. So you have to have all your kids who are watching this show, they have to go into a grown man's house. He's going to shut the door behind them and teach your kids ABCs. Like, think about that. How creepy that sounds. Sounds crazy to me, right? But this buddy of his This is Big Cat. This is hold up. Let's go back to Big Cat. Look at this. This guy, this is Big Cat right here. This is Big Cat, number 2 in charge at Barstool. Second to Mr. Portnoy himself. This guy is like gambling 101. You can't have all these people associated with all this gambling shit in your show. This is not how this works. Blue's Clues, the guy wasn't also a world championship poker player at night. That would have never worked with the network. They would have been like, dude, you can't be associated with gambling in any way if you're going to be part of a kid's show. We don't want kids to grow up learning how to gamble. This is why the show got canceled.
Mr. Jerry learned today, shapes and colors, numbers too. Every day's a blast with you. Mr. Jerry's fun and bright.
You know what's funniest about this? Is like everyone at Barstool, they're all making gambling, adult content, saying shit, piss, and fucking this in the office, right? And then this guy has to take a camera crew. One of the camera crews from Barstool and make this, and he has to be dead serious, like, Mr. Jerry trying to play with you, and he's like, oh, and the camera guys are sitting there like, this fucking sucks, bro. And the editors, think about the guy who has to edit this. He goes from watching people lose thousands of dollars a hand on roulette and poker and all sorts of shit like that, people playing pranks on each other, getting in fights at Topgolf, like, you know, doing Barstool Survivor Series, you know what I mean? You went from editing all that, and now you have to edit one of these. You have to edit a Mr. Jerry now. Now that's your full-time job. Wait until you see. We were just on that Snow Angel thing. I went back a little bit. Wait till you see the Snow Angel. Watch this.
Mr. Jerry's fun and bright.
Look. The Snow Angel, look. This fat fuck. Mr. Jerry over here. He can't even fucking spread his own legs that far apart to be able to pretend to make a snow angel. So they had to do graphics, like they had to animate his legs to spread back and forth so he can pretend he's doing a snow angel. Look, his upper body in the shot is actually doing the snow angel motion. They had to animate his legs because he's too fat and cannot spread them on his own. This is rich. Watch this again. Look at the legs. Look at the legs. What is that? Mr. Jerry. And watch the paintbrush. This is crack editing job. This is great here. The paintbrush is like not even making the strokes that it's supposed to make. The paintbrush is complete. It's like in his hand 1 second, it's out of his hand the other second. Whoever edited this is fucking retarded.
Don't be shy.
Bye, Mr. Jerry. See you later. Good old Mr. Jerry, man. Let's give it up. Barstool Sports, man. Trying to come out with a kid show. Like, you thought you seen it all. You really thought you seen it all, man. I'm sick of kids, dude. I could not see another kid for the rest of my life. I would be completely happy with that. We need to get back into some grown man shit, bro, before we get into all this kid stuff, bro. Let's get into... Oh, check this out real quick before we get into the next segment. I want to show you guys this. Look, it's a very interesting one. This is one Tom Segura showing Harland Williams his asshole in the middle of the podcast. Now, you might think I'm talking about like a photo. You might think I'm talking about a Google image. Maybe. I'm not. I'm talking about Tom Segura's asshole. Like, so they start... Tom, you know, he likes to try to freak out these guests and skeeve them out and stuff. He's trying to do it with Harland. Harland's not really all that fond of seeing people's asses like that online. But for some reason, he has no problem checking out Tom's. So I just wanted to show you this. I thought this was very odd. Why would you want to do this? Friend or foe, why would you want to show somebody your asshole in the middle of the podcast? Look at this.
The Unya or whatever it was.
What the fuck is that, bro?
It's a bald guy kissing a baby.
Oh
That
my
looks
God.
like it.
That's a bald guy kissing a baby.
Where?
On the right there.
Yeah,
That's an ass crack about to swallow a baby. What are you talking about?
That's
like
amazing.
a monster. Oh, it is. You're right. That's
Yeah.
his shoulders.
Yeah.
I thought that ass crack was about to swallow a little Chinese kid.
I was about to call child services on this person.
I was about to call Molly Maid. I don't even know what that means. Okay, can we not?
Okay. All right.
Can we go back to the B-Na or whatever it was?
Notice how off-put Harland is by seeing an ass online. It's like Harland, if you ask me, Harland looks like the most porn-consuming man on earth. Like, this guy probably has actual accounts on Pornhub. You know, now you try to go on one of those sites. I don't know, I've never been on one. I hear you try to go on them, right? And they ask you for your ID now in certain states. You know? Harland gives it up. He gladly hands over his ID. He goes, yeah, it's fine, man. What do you think? I'm some sort of bozo? I just give him my ID. I'm over 18. Why wouldn't I not? But he can't check out an ass on the podcast. To me, it's like, just look at it. It's an ass. Who cares? What's happening? Is it like prolapsed? Like Howie Mandel's?
I get the laser treatment, you think?
Dude, I think you need a snow shovel.
Yeah, I know,
like,
right?
Scrape that off. Like, dude.
It's...
Like, if your arse looks like that...
Yeah.
I don't want to come to your house for Thanksgiving.
I'll show you right here. You want to see it?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. See, now, this is my thing. Why did we go right there? Kind of sus. Like, why did you have to go straight for, like, do you want to see my ass? You want to see it? What, did you think it was going to be hilarious on the podcast? Harland's good enough. He doesn't need you to try to make it funny. Harland can make it funny on his own. You ever see How High? Half-Baked, I meant to say. Not How High. Half-Baked. Dude, Harland Williams was hilarious in that. He goes, pop, pop, pop to popcorn. Go back and watch it. You'll see.
What the fuck?
Look at Harland. He couldn't stare at the hairy butts on the Google Images search when the producers were pulling up, but Tom just whips out his hairy asshole right there live on the podcast. Harland's stunned. He can't even believe his eyes right now. He's like, he reminds me of Vincent Vega when in Pulp Fiction when he opens the fucking brief. You know when Vincent Vega opens the briefcase in Pulp Fiction, and it's like he opens it and the gold is just shining on his face. And fucking Samuel L. Jackson's like, are we good, bro? He's like, oh, yeah, we're good, bro. And he has that look in his eye. He goes, man, we cannot lose what's in this briefcase right now. That's exactly how Harland is looking at Tom's asshole. He goes, I'm about to jump in that thing. Like, really make some squirrely meat out of you, bud. You know? Right, guy? Huh? You just pull out that balloon knot, guy? And you expect me not to eat it? Huh? Yeah, guy. You didn't think I was going to be that much into your arse, huh, guy? Harland's a fucking homo. Look at this. So let's go back to the initial moment. This right here, Tom decides to do it. Watch him whip out that starfish for Harland and watch Harland's face. Harland wants to lick up every bit of it. Allegedly.
Dude.
Bad?
I just feel like I looked at a panda that got hit by a truck. What the hell was that?
Yeah.
Look, so Harland goes from I want to slurp up every bit of that ass that you're showing me to now I've been sexually assaulted. This is sexual harassment that he's just been subjected to. Imagine you go on a fucking you go on a podcast with a guy that you've been friends with for 20 years and he just whips his asshole out right there in front of you like Like it's just a normal thing to do. It's like, well, how do you react to that? I would have walked off. I would have been like, yeah, put that in your podcast, guy. I would have walked off if I was Harland with that. Look at that one more time. He's in another world right now. Look at him.
Dude.
He wants to eat it. Now he's shocked. Now he's shocked.
I feel like I looked at a panda that got hit by a truck.
I've been sexually harassed, man.
What the hell was that?
Yeah.
I can't even see any pink. It's so hairy in there. It's like if Kenny G fell into the Grand Canyon and couldn't get out. Like, that's what it looked like.
Dude, I just got so excited because this is the first time since Peter Stark that
I took a look.
That a friend. Yeah.
Isn't it funny?
You got excited to show some guy your asshole. Let's give it up for Tom. Comedians pulling sexual harassment on each other. The funny thing is, they don't even just do it to each other. They'll do it to just random people. They will sexually harass random ass people, these fucking comedians. I have the clip right here. I'll show it to you guys. I was watching, I think it was History Hyenas, and they had Big J Okerson on. Little Gay Jokerson is what I like to call him. But anyway, they had Big J Okerson on, right? On History Hyenas. Chrissy D and Yanni Pappas. So I'm sitting there watching that thing, minding my own business. And all of a sudden, Big J tells a story about how Kevin Hart likes to sexually harass women at comedy clubs when he was coming up. Now Kevin's too good for that. He's got a wife that he cheats on and buys a Ferrari every couple of years, and he's living his life with a couple kids in Hollywood. He's producing some stuff. He's good. He put all that sexual harassment stuff behind him. But when Big J was telling this story, I was like, how do people like just not get arrested anymore? Like people made the biggest fucking deals about sexual harassment, guys hitting on girls and stuff like that in like 2016. Kevin Hart wasn't like this huge thing in 2016. Why didn't nobody come out on Kevin Hart? Huh? Do people actually like this kind of behavior? Is this what I'm hearing now? This is crazy. So let's listen to this. I won't hold you too much longer. This is Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart pulling sexual harassment on some ladies.
If I had a dick that could have just been pulled out and garner you getting pussy from that, which, I mean, I've seen happen with Kevin Hart specifically.
Yeah.
He was just pull it out and we're like, God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go.
He's got to
Look, so Kevin Hart's whipping his dick out and trying to fish for women with it, right? Now, Big J is making it seem like every time he did it, a girl was like willing to hop on that thing. I can guarantee you that's not how that works. You know? Not every person, period, is going to be just cool with someone whipping out their dick, no matter what the situation is. Girls aren't just that big of sluts that they're just running around licking their lips, waiting for a guy to whip one out so they can go, yeah, let's go into the back broom closet. That's not how that happens. So listen to this one more time. This is wild to hear this. That's a bold move to do that. Because, like, the rejection, on top of the rejection, like, you could get rejected for something like that, whipping your penis out in front of whatever sex you're into. And the rejection alone would crumble you. That's your little schmeckle. That's your guy. You know what I mean? And there's nothing you can do about the size of him. Not unless you're like a millionaire. So the rejection alone will cripple you, bro. On top of that, whoever you did it to could call the fucking police, you know? It's like, and then the rest of your life, you're jammed up. Having to knock on your neighbor's doors and do all that. That's a big swing coming from a little guy like Kevin Hart. To just whip out your dick like that to people in any capacity, you know? And he's so small. Like, if Kevin Hart had a banger, right, in his pants and he whipped it out in front of me, I would fucking grab it and I'd start swinging him around the room like a fucking pillow. I'd start smacking him on every piece of fucking furniture that I could possibly find. You ever see that scene from the Avengers where the Hulk grabs Loki and he starts smashing him from left to right on the ground, I would do that to Kevin Hart. I would start swinging him around by his dick like a fucking helicopter. And I'd hit him on the fucking ceiling fan light, all the fucking end tables. I'd smack him on the couch a couple times until he was knocked completely out. And then I'd go to HR and report a fucking problem. That's what I would do if he did that to me. That's a big swing to do that for a small guy. And one of these women could easily do something like that to him. They would fold that guy like fucking laundry. So let's listen to Big J tell his story. That's a big swing coming from a guy like Kevin.
Pussy from that, which, I mean, I've seen happen with Kevin Hart specifically.
Yeah.
He was like, pull it out, and we're like, God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go.
He's got a big dick. Kevin Hart's got a big dick.
Monster, especially on a 5'3" body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when we would do like shows together and hang out after the shows and like talk to girls or pull girls, and how fast he would be like, Jay, dare me to pull my dick out. I go, okay.
Oh, that's a... Ooh. See, now we're getting into premeditated. This is like murder, dude. This is like fucking murder, bro. To say that, to go, yo, bro, dare me to whip my dick out, bro. That's like if you're on a date with someone that you don't like and you like text your buddy. You're like, yo, call me and tell me that you've been in a car accident so I can get the fuck out of here, you know? It's like one of those. Yo, Jay, dare me to whip my dick out so I could sexually harass these women. Dare me to. Dare me to whip my dick out, Jay, so that you become an accomplice to it. Dare me, Jay. Dare me to whip my dick out so these girls could call the cops and we have to get in our car and high speed out of here. And we're never allowed back at this comedy club again. Jay, please. I'm begging you.
You're like, well, I wouldn't want to have anything to fucking change that trajectory. If I had a dick that could have just been pulled out and garner you getting pussy from that, which, I mean, I've seen happen with Kevin Hart specifically.
Yeah.
He was like, pull it out, and we're like, God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go.
He's got a big dick. Kevin Hart's got a big dick.
Monster, especially on a 5'3" body.
Excited.
Yeah.
And when we would do like shows together and hang out after the shows and like talk to girls or pull girls, and how fast he would be like, Jay, dare me to pull my dick out. I go, okay, Kev, I dare you to pull your dick out. And he'd pull this, and you know, be 3 black women in the room going.
And the girls don't see it as like a fucking, like that's a setup. Imagine Big J Okerson standing around a room, sitting across from you. You're a woman. You're already scared to death because it's Big J Okerson that's sitting across from you. And on top of that, he mundanely looks over and goes, hey, Kevin, I dare you to whip your dick out. Mundanely. No tone in his voice at all. And then Kevin doesn't even skip a beat. Excited as hell, jumps onto a table because that's the only way he could get his dick eye level with anybody. And he whips it out. Sexually harassing every fucking person in the room.
Ooh. And they'd be like, Jay, I dare you to pull your dick out. And I was like, you're nuts. Nope.
No. Yeah.
No, it was my job. I was the entertain the 2 fat friends.
Yeah.
Who look like, I mean, sanitation workers, these 2 chicks.
Right. They're wearing the
like,
same jean shorts.
And now he's going to shame these women. Nice one, Jay. That's how you talk to these women? After you fucking just basically gave your buddy a sexual assault alley-oop, you know? You're going to sit there and tell these guys that these women look like sanitation workers. That's nice. I like that. So what else we got on the docket here? We got, let's go to a little bit of Steiny, bro. You guys know this Steiny guy? Actually, before we get into Steiny, let's have a couple puffs, man. We had a couple, you know, while we were going through that segment, I took a couple, but I kind of wanted to have a couple more, but with some music, you know what I mean? So, as always, I'd like to thank you for joining me on yet another episode of Lost Aux Media. Be sure to check out lostaux.media to keep up to date with all things Lost Aux Media, links to all the socials, there's links to watch episodes, or you can support the show by buying merch as well. And do not forget, you can also call into the show and leave a voicemail. If your voicemail is good, you want to leave advice, talk some shit, you got something funny to say, whatever it may be. If you have a voice and you want it to be heard on the show, leave a voicemail and you just might get on there. That number is 316-396-0025. Call in and leave a voicemail for the show. But for now, grab yourself your favorite smoking apparatus, light it up, and enjoy some tunes.
Bad girls in the place with the pretty face, itty bitty waist and the fat cake. Let me get a taste. Yeah, we need to get the bottles out the case. Shorty got a body like she caught a case. Out of this world, give us some space. Boss, but I'll let you set the pace. I wanna get in, you look like a safe.
Living them dust, you know it's a must. Give me them bucks, it is what it is, it's not what it was. Got nothing but love cause I'm cheap with the trust. So keep everything on the hush. Big moves like an elephant, my shit is nuts. I'm about to be rich, feel it in my guts. Bitch, give me all
bad girls in the place with the pretty face, itty bitty waist and the fat cake. Let me get a taste. Yeah, we need to get the bottles out the case. Shorty got a body like she caught a case. Out of this world, give us some space. Boss, but I'll let you set the pace. I wanna get in, you look like a sad
girls in the place with the pretty face, itty bitty waist and the fat cake. Let me get a taste.
Yeah, we lit it, get the bottles out the case. Shorty got a body like she caught a case. Out of this world, give us some space. Boss, but I'll let you.
Dude, you know what I've been getting into lately? It's a little side story before we get into this Steiny. Lately, I've been getting real baked up at night and getting into the Alien series. You guys ever watch that? You ever get into Alien? But I've been doing it like with the timeline, like the actual universe timeline of Alien, right? So you have like the old Alien from like the 70s, right? And then I think the next one is like Aliens or something like that. And I think it went up to like Alien 3, if I'm not mistaken. And then now these newer movies are coming out. There's one called Prometheus. And then you have, I think, Alien Covenant and then Alien Romulus. And they're like prequels and stuff like that and like in-between stories. Kind of like Star Wars and Rogue One. You know, it's like the in-between. So I've been watching those and they creep me out at night. I'm telling you, watch one of those Aliens and then take a shower with like all the lights in your house off except your bathroom at like 9 o'clock at night. Any fucking noise that you hear, you're like, is it one of the xenomorphs? Like coming after me, you know, with the fucking thing, the tongue that comes out and it's like another head. You know, these things are crazy. But if you haven't done it, watch them in order. Look it up. It's like you watch like Prometheus, then like Alien Covenant, Alien, and then, yeah, Prometheus, Alien Covenant, Alien, and then the rest of them. I forget how it goes, but look it up. Watch them in the order that they're supposed to be watched, like universe timeline, not real timeline. And I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. But getting back to the show, I wanted to get into some of these time codes with this Steiny boy, right? And you guys know Steiny, this fucking dweeb. This little dweeby boy, Steiny. This is one of Ethan Klein's like new best friends. He ended up becoming Steiny when one of Steiny's friends when he made up with Steve Will Do It. You guys remember that? We covered it on the show. Steve Will Do It shows up and gives Ethan like a fucking Rolex. He gives his wife a Rolex. He gives his wife like a Chanel bag. He's like, hey man, can you guys stop talking shit about me on your show? Because I got a couple scandals coming up. I could use the support, you know, when I'm getting ready to drop those things. And Ethan's like, yeah man, no problem. They said, wait, you give me a Rolex? I love watches, man. It's like, no problem, bro. And then he starts becoming friends with Steiny and the other guys. Ethan goes on Bradley Martin's podcast. These Nelk boys, these are all guys Ethan used to talk shit about on the show. But Steiny in particular, he's kind of a little bit of a special case. He's a piece of shit, this kid. Always plays the victim, very selfish. Doesn't care about nobody around him. All he cares about is money and pussy, bro. It's like all that matters in the world. If it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense type dude, right? But this guy started out as an assistant. Steve Will Do It's assistant, as a matter of fact. Now he's like living this high life and he's actually part of the Nelk Boys. He's got equity in the companies. How he squeezed that, I have no idea. But when I watched one of the episodes of his podcast, One Night in Steiny, he had a bunch of the OG Nelk Boys on there. It was him, Bradley, and Steiny's sister. during this episode. And this episode is rich because you got the boys on there and you got your sister. They start cooking Steiny, like right from the fucking rip. Start talking about how selfish he is. His sister starts telling embarrassing stories about him. The boys start exposing like shitty behavior that you don't see on camera. This is rich. And I had to bring it up because Steiny's the kind of kid that he thinks he's like the coolest fucking guy on the block. He thinks he's got all the most money. He thinks he's got the prettiest girls. It's nice to see a guy like this get knocked down a couple pegs. But the crazy thing is, the thing that drives you nuts about a guy like Steiny is even though he's getting knocked down, he doesn't care. He's so full of himself. None of the things said will matter to him at all. Which, I don't know, what is to say about somebody like that? Is he like a sociopath? What's the deal? I don't know. But check out some of these stories, man. These are crazy. Listen to this.
Don't want to stay. He's like, yeah, I know. He just wants to be.
He wants the invite.
He wants to be.
Damn.
Look,
it's kind of feminine.
Another level. Yeah.
No, but that's how you know you're real homies. If like they stay at your crib when they're in town. But there's just like.
But there comes a point where we like pick up on your habits.
Look, top-notch producers over there at One Night in Steiny. Give it up for him. You cannot hear Kyle's microphone. Kyle is like the main Nelk. He's like the boss Nelk. You know, he's like the final boss Nelk. And you can't hear his microphone at all. What the hell is that? Like, they're going off of like the camera audio. Everyone's microphone's fine. Kyle's the only one that's got a fucked up microphone. He's doing the most talking right now.
Start to assume.
I know. Once you think about it, it's like I don't really want anybody here. But
I get it.
When Steve pulls up with fucking 2 dogs and doesn't tell me, like
That's
that's a little disrespectful.
I mean, it's a big house. It can deal with 2 dogs. Yeah.
They're puppies. They're tearing, pissing. They don't pick up after their dogs. Who do you think's cleaning up all over my house?
Your maid.
Me.
Your maid.
Me.
Probably.
What?
I mean,
So now this is good right here. I like this. Steiny's sister's about to do some damage on him. So, like I said, this guy loves to play victim. And here's the crazy thing. He's bitching about picking up after his friend's dogs and stuff, which, yeah, it's kind of like shitty and stuff. You invited him over, man. Stop bitching. Don't invite people over. It'd be one thing if they asked about it and you agreed to it because you felt bad that you didn't want them to pay for hotel rooms, something like that. You might have a little wiggle room to bitch about that. But even then, you still could have said no. If you invite people over your house, I mean, they could show up with the fucking Ringley Brothers circus. Why would it matter? You invited them. They should be able to have +10 if they want. Your house is huge, right? See, if I was rich, I would have my house would be full of people all the time. If I was rich, I would never be alone. It would be hundreds of people at my house all the time, using me for everything that I have, because I'm lonely and empty inside, you know? But not him. He complains. He wants to have a huge house. It wants to be empty. You know how scared I would be if my house was empty, if it was huge? I'd be scared to walk around every single corner at night. Gigantic house like that, nobody in it. You're fucking crazy. Now listen, he's bitching about this, right? He's really making himself the victim over a situation that he put himself through. Watch his sister blow up his spot. He's getting pissed about having to pick up some dog shit in the yard, right? Wait until you hear about Steiny's shit story.
All over my house.
Your maid.
Me.
Your maid.
Me.
Probably.
What?
I mean, this is just so crazy because you lived at my house for 6 months and it was like living with an animal. And
Well,
then
I
all of a
was
sudden
my
you're
house.
the-
My
all
house.
of a
Probably
sudden-
flushed the toilet
all
for
of a
you.
sudden, Aaron's the cleanest guy in the fucking world. But when he lived at my house, he clogged my toilet. There was all over the floor. He took my nice bath towels. He can't even say anything back
Yeah,
because he
so
knows this is true. He grabs all it flooded the toilet. He grabs all my nice towels, wipes it up, and then instead of putting the towels in the trash can, he hides them in my yard. I find the towels in my yard and I go, Aaron, what is wrong with you? Why would you throw these in my yard? He goes, what were you doing snooping around your backyard like that?
Yo, you're
Is
a
that not
psychopath.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Look at this insane fucking... This guy is unhinged as hell. Think about that story, man. Think about that story. That's how stupid this guy is. I seriously am starting to get under the impression that like every rich person under the age of 35 is just a complete idiot. They have no common sense about them at all. Like, because so his sister says he clogs the toilet. Shit gets all over the floor. Actual shit. And he wipes it up with towels and stuff like that. Dude, if you see a toilet starting to clog, you turn the water valve off. Toilet stops filling up. No water running to it. Oh, miracle, right? If you ever did even an ounce of lifting in your life, you would know something like that. And I'm not talking about lifting stuff around the house. I'm talking about actual lifting, power lifting. I do it every day. 4 hours every morning. I wake up 2 a.m. I eat 16 raw eggs for breakfast. I'm doing 45-pound bar, 45s on each side. I'm power lifting the fuck out of those. And from powerlifting, I learned how to shut the water valve off of my toilet. So if it overflows, we don't get shit all over the floor. Water all over the floor. You know, you stop the water from flowing, and then you deal with the clogged toilet. Then you turn the water valve back on. This is all common sense stuff. A guy like Steiny, he doesn't know something like that. He's hiring like cute Colombian immigrants without green cards to do all of his cleaning for, and then once he fucks him and gets him pregnant, he gets him an abortion and kicks him out. Gets a new one. This is the kind of dude that Steiny is. So it's like, to think, he let it get so bad that it got all over the floor, then he cleans it up with his sister's bath towels. All a terrible story. But let's make it worse. Instead of throwing the bath towels away, he throws them out in the yard. When his sister asks about him, let's make it worse. He blames her for snooping around her own yard. What kind of fucking monster are we dealing with here? This is insanity to think about. And look, no remorse on this guy's face. No remorse. His beady ass little eye. This guy. I mean, is he Jewish? Let's blame it on Jews. He's Jewish. That's it. That's why he's doing all of this. No, I'm kidding. But listen to this, because they go on for like 6 minutes straight just telling stories about how fucked up this guy is. And he's like not denying any of them. Even this story, he starts laughing. He goes, yeah, I can't say anything because this is 100% true what my sister's saying.
And then he's all of a sudden like...
Okay, I didn't take him outside of there. I just threw him out the window. And I'll get him later.
Dude,
that's worse.
He has a special talent of playing victim.
Oh,
my God. I am not a fucking victim.
Victim. Actually, like a talent.
Dude, I am not.
He's like totally in the wrong, and somehow it's.
Dude, I have so many funny jokes on this.
Like, no, but it's actually like.
It's impressive.
It's impressive.
Dude, give me a situational, then give an example.
I just did.
Okay, that's different. And I was only living there. My house. Yo, really quick.
Why were you looking in your own trash in your own house?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
For your own towels that I up.
First of all, my house was getting renovated. Second of all, that's why I lived there. And second of all, I provided a full-time maid in there. And I made that place way more funny and entertaining.
Dude, all you
honestly,
did in your room was play.
I brought a couple girls back to my sister's crib. I don't know if is that whack or no?
See, so look, he tries to justify all of his behavior by going, I only lived there for 6 months. My house was getting renovated. I fucking brought a maid in there. I made the house entertaining and fun for everybody. Oh, and I was bringing girls back and fucking them in my sister's house. Is that fucked up, guys? Am I an asshole for that? Is that cool to everybody out there? And the frat boy cucks that are listening to this show, they're all eating that up. They go, oh man, Steiny's the fucking man, bro. Steiny's the man, dude. I gotta fuck girls in my sister's house too, bro. Steiny's the fucking... He's awesome. That's crazy, dude. That's insane. That I'm listening to this. This is wild. And then listen to this. Steiny likes him a pickle. He doesn't like him the gays, but he likes him a pickle. Listen to this.
It depends on the fashion, I guess. I mean, it's up to Rachel, really.
This was the first time, and I'm going to be honest, like,
Dude,
she lives with a gay guy.
Okay.
Your sister.
Yeah,
Okay.
so, and he's a very nice guy. Nothing, like, they're great, like, gay. I love
Yeah.
Yo!
Yeah, you got
Yo! What the f is going on right now?
I was trying to say, like, I love gays. Like, they're great.
We get it, bro.
See, look, these guys, they get so worried about their brand deals, right? Why are you worried about your brand deal? You can't just be weirded out about the fact that she has a gay roommate, you know? I have a gay brother, so I know what it's like to live with a gay guy. But I've never had a gay roommate. So I don't know what it's like to like live with a gay guy, I guess, you know, technically speaking, in the same sense. But, you know, it might weird me out. I don't know. If it did, that would be the truth, and I wouldn't be afraid to say it. A guy like Steiny, he doesn't want to lose his sponsorship to like Moon Bounce Crypto or something like that, whatever the fuck those weird companies are called. So he wants to keep it, you know, he wants to hedge his statement. He can't just say, she lives with this gay guy, and he weirded me out. He has to qualify himself by saying, I love the gays. I love the gays, but he doesn't also want to come off as a fucking homo.
Your sister.
The first
in
time.
front of his tough Nelk boy friends, you know? So he goes, how can I come off cool for the guys in the audience without coming off as like a homophobe so I can save my sponsors?
And I'm gonna be honest, like,
Dude,
she lives with a gay guy.
Okay.
Your sister.
Yeah. So, and he's a very nice guy. Nothing like, they're great. Like, gay, I love.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah, you got
yo, what the f is going on right
Say
now?
you don't like him.
No, I was
Yo.
trying to say like I love gays. Like they're
We
great.
get it, bro.
We know.
Yeah, he's like, I love gays, but I just didn't like the fact that he was like slamming other guys' assholes and stuff while I was living there. It's like, that's just fucking weird to me. You know what I mean? Like, just say it, Steiny. Just say that you didn't like the smell of petroleum, you know, reminiscing through the house every single time you walked in the door from one of your OnlyFans vlog shoots. You know what I mean? Tell him. Just say it. Don't worry about the sponsors. You got Happy Dad. They should pay you enough.
We know you love gays.
Yeah.
We know you love gays.
Okay, dude. So I'm watching Entourage at like 11:30, and I'm in my underwear, and I was like, I want to hit the fridge. I had a fresh set of dills. Go in there, grab a pickle, shut the refrigerator, and her gay roommate's back there with another guy. And I'm there in my underwear, and I'm like, yo, what's up? Knowing exactly what's going to go down.
I get it.
One wall over.
Yeah, I get it.
So I don't know. It just
Meanwhile,
wasn't.
Aaron called.
Look, picture that. I love that. Picture Steiny. He's watching Entourage in his room, you know, in his sister's spare guest bedroom, in his boxers, you know. And Steiny, he reminds me, he has to be. He's like one of those like those dudes that's like so skinny, but he has like a bird chest, you know. It's like he has no pecs, you know what I mean? But his chest like kind of sticks out in like the center. You know what I mean? His heart is ready to explode at any moment, but he has a good doctor. And the rest of his body is super, super skinny. This is how I imagine Steiny. So he's walking through his sister's house in his boxers looking like long neck, and he goes to grab a pickle out the fridge. Now, this is the part I want you to picture. Steiny sees two gay men in like a living room or something watching a movie together, and it fucking stuns him. He gets completely caught off guard. He's in his boxers, and he's got a pickle in his hand, and he's just like staring at them like horrified, because he knows what's going to happen the second that he closes that door and goes to yam that pickle deep down his throat. When the dill juices start running down his chin, he knows that two gay men are going to be on the other side of that wall, slamming each other so fucking hard that it's going to send Steiny into a psychotic spiral. He's not going to know what to do with himself. Those two guys are going to be beating each other up so goddamn good in ways that Steiny didn't even know were imaginable. He goes, I didn't even know you could fuck like this, and I'm learning from gay men. It's going to ruin his whole psyche, right? So he's sitting there, eyes wide, as if he's watching the opening scene from Saving Private Ryan happen in real time in front of him. And all it is really is just two gay guys watching a movie. You know, that's it. That's all it is. And it's ready to fucking, it's ready to wipe his whole fucking hard drive off of this. You know? Listen to this again. This is crazy. She lives with two gay guys.
Okay, dude. So I'm watching Entourage at like 11:30, and I'm in my underwear, and I
Look
was
at
like,
his eyes.
I want to hit the fridge. I had a fresh set of dills. Go in there, grab a pickle, shut the refrigerator, and her gay roommate's back there with another guy. And I'm there in my underwear, and I'm like, yo, what's up? Knowing exactly what's going to go down.
Yeah, so Steiny goes, yo, what's up? In his underwear, like as if he's tough. And the two gay guys are looking over like, bro, we will get up and beat the shit out of you, bro. And then when we're done, we will rape you. Like, we will have sex with your butt. Okay, so like, don't get crazy over here. Tough guy, go back and watch Entourage, eat your fucking pickle, and fucking sit there in horror while we make these crazy ass noises, buddy. Yeah.
I get it.
One wall over.
Yeah, I get it.
So I don't know. It just
Meanwhile,
wasn't.
Aaron called me next day. He's like, dude, I think like
You
they
probably
wanted
walked
me.
out a few more times. to see if
Yeah,
they-
I did not leave my room. I did not leave my room
He
the
left
rest of the
the
night.
room 5 more times.
He heard the two guys, and then he took his track pants off and walked out in his underwear for sure.
That's actually funny. But no, I threw my headphones in and just beast moded through it, bro.
What do you mean you beast moded through it?
Like I knew what was going on. I put my headphones on. I was like, yo, I could just chill.
So now Steiny, he's trying to, he puts his headphones in to keep listening to fucking Entourage so that he could drown out the noises of gay, wild, passionate jungle sex happening one wall over for him. Picture that for yourself. Let's give it up for Steiny. Good old Steiny, baby. Gotta love him. Gotta love that good old Steiny. So what do we got for this next segment? Let's see. Yes, okay. So we're going to get into this Erik Andre being on We Might Be Drunk here in a second. And then after that, we're going to go to caller submitted voicemails and the advice section. Yes, let's give it up. That's you guys calling in. I'm not calling in. These aren't my voicemails, they're yours. I'm playing them on the show because I fuck with y'all, you know what I mean? But before we do that, I do have to take a tinkle, so we're going to take a little bit of break. I'm going to turn on some music and leave y'all to it. I'll be right back. Okay, don't go anywhere. To the show, everybody. Oh, a little Crackamico for us. Little Bert Kreischer Crackamico, huh? It's a nice little treat. I wasn't expecting that, returning from the break. Let's play that a little bit. I like that song.
To try it, them ticket sales declining, and them comments got them crying. Motherfucker, you a lie, motherfucker, you a hack, motherfucker, you a crime, motherfucker, on God. I piss on your pops, I shit on your mama, and bust at your fraud.
Crackamico, man. Every time that guy drops a goddamn song, it's always so funny, man. He gets deep on these comedians. You know, he ends up knowing stuff that ends up blowing Bert Kreischer's mind. Bert Kreischer hears this song, he goes, "How do you know about my dad? That's crazy." It's called the internet, my friend. You know, Google is your best friend when it comes to a guy like Crackamico. So what are we going to get into? We're going to get into a little bit of Erik Andre on We Might Be Drunk with Mark Normand and Sam Morrill, right? This is going to be a good episode because it's funny to me.
It's time to let those pale thighs.
Hey, shut the fuck up, bro. Nobody asked you to play, okay? Don't start getting all wild over here. and making your own goddamn decisions off of this stuff, bro. You don't make these calls. I make the calls, okay? You don't just start autoplaying. So this was an interesting episode to me because we all know Erik Andre as like this kooky, wacky guy, right? If you watch the Erik Andre show, it's very outlandish. He plays a lot of pranks. He does a lot of weird and disgusting stuff to his guests and pretty much any situation that he's involved in. He's always just trying to yuck it up and fuck with people and stuff. He's almost like Jackass, but like a little more disgusting. And he doesn't hurt people physically, actually. You know what I mean? He just fucks with their psyche. So when Sam and Mark found out they were having Erik Andre on, they thought it was going to be this rip snorting good time. They thought that they were going to get all drunk. They were going to be smashing bottles over each other's heads. Erik was going to come with like a whole skid plan. They thought it was going to be this whole thing. Erik shows up and he is the most boring, normal person that you could possibly fucking imagine. Okay? Like, it's actually sad. I almost got like disappointed. I was like, this is actually real? Like, this is actually real that they're just like, that he just acts like this in his normal time. Like, this is crazy. But of course, Erik shows up late to the show. So he's not there right away. Before we get into the other time codes, I wanted to show you this ad with Sam, dude. This is funny. This is
their biggest sale of the year.
Watch this.
We Might Be Drunk is brought to you by Absolute Zero.
Ooh. Oh, look at Sam in there, bro.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
This is so funny to me. Hold up. I got to take a hit for this.
Styles of the barrel, like you see me in right here. We got that in studio. Mark has the recline. Both styles hold 160 gallons, built from PVC drop stitch. This chiller, man, set up a dedicated cold plunge in just minutes. Cool.
So, look, the reason this is so funny to me is because this guy's putting himself through hell just for this ad read. So this cold plunge company, what is it, AZ or something like that? They hit these guys up. They go, we're going to write you a check that you just can't refuse, man. Only thing is, when you do the ads, you have to be in the cold plunge. Doesn't matter. Summer, winter, whatever. You got to be in the cold plunge during the ad read. So these guys are like basically like fucking prostitutes now. Like, that's what I see. When you're clearly suffering inside of this fucking cold plunge during this ad, I see a prostitute. I see somebody doing something that they clearly don't want to do for money. Okay? Look at his face. This guy is like ready to go into shock off of this cold plunge, bro. His fragile Jewish bones cannot handle it. Sam is like the complaining Jew of the show, so I don't even know how he's like enduring this right now. Watch him and listen to his voice. It's all shaking. He's like, you get 30% off. You get 30% off the cold plunge. And I'm shaking right now. So it's like 36 degrees in here. You're a prostitute now.
Zero.
Listen, he's so cold. He's so cold. Watch this.
We Might Be Drunk is brought to you by Absolute Zero. Tub styles of the barrel.
Dude, that is so funny. Look, I have to see that again. It's so classic. This is it. This is what these guys will do now. Next thing you know, they'll have like ads about like Ozempic or something. They'll be like, every single time you do an ad, you have to take a shot on camera. And we have to see that you actually injected it. So we need a before and an after of the syringe. So make sure you're doing the whole dose. And these guys are going to be all like sickly and pale. They're going to be like, get your Ozempic over at the... You know, these guys are prostitutes now. This is crazy.
We Might Be Drunk is brought to you by Absolute Zero. Tub styles of the barrel, like you see me in right here. We got that in studio. Mark has the recline. Both styles hold 160 gallons, built from PVC drop stitch. This chiller, man, set up a dedicated cold plunge in just minutes. Cools the water 4 to 8 degrees per hour. That's crazy fast. Reaching temperatures as low as 37. Why would you do that to yourself? It's fucking miserable. I mean, this is like 42. It's cold as shit.
See? Why would you do that? It's miserable. They sent us 3 of these. I would never even use this. This is literally going to be the only time that I use it. It's like, it's 42 degrees. I'm fucking freezing my balls off. I need to go and get a fucking salmon and cream cheese and capers from the goddamn Jewish deli after this because I'm just ruined after this. I'm not my whole day shot.
4 to 8 degrees per hour. That's crazy fast. Reaching temperatures as low as 37. Why would you do that to yourself? It's fucking miserable. I mean, this is like 42. It's cold as shit. Stay consistent with
It's
dedicated
cold as
plunges.
shit. Let's give it up for the prostitute. Sam Morrill obviously will do anything for a buck, you know. I can't wait till you end up getting an ad from that fucking RoboBlow company. And they go, you have to jerk yourself off to completion on the ad. Or we can't pay you, dude. Sorry. You know, sorry if you don't use the auto blow in the ad. If we do not see you ejaculate in the ad, we cannot pay you. And clearly you guys will do anything because trust me, Sam, we seen the cold plunge commercial, bro. We seen it. So we know. We already know. You're willing to do anything for some change. Sam will do some strange for a little bit of change. You know what I mean? That's the kind of guy he is, you know? But you can't knock a guy like that because he probably has bills and shit, you know? Don't we all? We all have bills to pay. And you guys want to hear how Sam pays his? Listen to this. This is gold. So they every now and then they do these like things like Mark will go on there and be like, hey, Fatty, you got any skits? You got any ideas for premises? We'll talk them out on the show. We'll work them out on the show. And then they start giving up ideas and premises from their joke books that they're going to put in the act and make you pay money for. So they ruin it on their show, right, by trying to talk it out. And then they expect you to go and pay $60 to go see them, to hear the same stories. You know, this is why podcasters being comedians, it's like a kind of, it works, but it doesn't at the same time. It's a double-edged sword because the comedians, yeah, they got a lot of stories and they travel a lot. They're good at telling stories, so they're entertaining to listen to, right? But in that same notion, they're giving up a lot of stuff from their acts. And then you go and you pay actual money to see them. You take a day off of work, you know what I mean? You get a babysitter, you and your wife go out, you go, hey man, we're going to go see this nice, funny, fresh, new comedy show. And you get there and you're halfway through the show and you're like, I've heard all of this throughout all of the episodes that I've watched of your show throughout the years. It's all old to me now. So you have to tread lightly with this kind of stuff. But so they do this. They go, hey, you guys want to work out bits on the show? And Sam has this bit. He thinks this is like the most cutting edge bit that you could possibly have. He goes, I don't even know. It's crazy, you know, how this is the way that it is now. Wait until you hear the premise for this joke. You're gonna die when you hear this.
But it's too much. It's like a diner menu. Too much is bad.
Too much is bad. You get to page 47 and you're like, cottage cheese and melon. That's the tits in minute 47.
Yeah.
Cottage cheese and melon go together, guy. Okay, we haven't even gotten to your shitty joke premise, so you're already striking out.
I have a bit I'm working on about like how now, you know, you get the phone and you're just like staring at your phone while watching this like big budget show. You're like, they spent fucking $40 million on this one scene. And I'm like, yeah, I'd rather watch a guy power wash a sidewalk on TikTok instead.
Yes!
You know?
Yes, Mark. Yes, it's crazy. That's so relatable. Now, this is the thing. This is why this to me, I'm like, this is hack bullshit. You're out of touch, my friend. It's because what? You think that just started? Like he's saying this as if like he's just figuring out that like TikTok and social media scrolling is like addictive. He's like, oh man, I just realized that like I'm starting to get caught up scrolling on my phone because my attention span is starting to go like all low and stuff like that. So it's like I'm like a goldfish now, and I'm just like scrolling, you know. But they spent so much money on this movie that I'm trying to watch. It's like, yeah, we've been bitching about that since like 2018, bro. 7 years we've been complaining about this. I'm sure there are comedians that have full-blown 20-minute chunks on just this alone. You know, guys that can't let the act go because it's so old. They're still holding on to it. You're just now getting to this. You're just now realizing this. This is insane. And this is how you know. This is because it's not like he says that, right? He doesn't go, oh, I'm just realizing this now. It's not like he's that on the nose. But this is the context that this is how you know. You have to pay attention to what they say. He says, you know, I'm working on this bit, right? And this is how the bit goes. It's like, you know, you have the phone The phone. Who calls it that? You know, you have the phone. It's like your grandmother. She's like, you know, the phone thing that you guys have. It's like the phone, you know? The phone. You know, it's like he says it like an old man. He goes, I'm trying to watch this thing on the clicker box. And, you know, I got the phone, right? And, you know, you got the phone. And then next thing you know, you're scrolling. You're not even paying attention to the clicker box. What's happening here? That's how I know. It's the way he words it. He's like still, he thinks he's like fucking, who's that guy? No Respect. He thinks he's like Rodney Dangerfield or something like that.
I have a bit I'm working on about like how now, you know, you get the phone and you're just like staring at your phone while watching this like big budget show. You're like
you get the phone, you know, and with the rotary on it and the numbers, they're all in a circle. You get the phone, and next thing you know, you're playing with all the numbers in the circle. You're not even watching what's happening on the black and white television.
Spent fucking $40 million on this one scene. I'm like, yeah, I'd rather watch a guy power wash a sidewalk on TikTok instead.
Yes,
you know? What's amazing to me is like the entertainment business is crumbling. Hollywood is crumbling, and it's because we'd rather watch a guy eat a sandwich in a fucking Toyota Camry. Like that's not what I thought would destroy Hollywood.
Good point.
Is a guy being like 7.5.
Yeah, and you're watching every minute of it.
That's not even true though. That's not even true. That's the crazy thing. I don't even scroll social media. Like TikTok, don't use it. I have one. I post on it seldomly. Don't use it. Same thing. Instagram, don't use it. I'll post a story a couple times a week to get people to try to watch the show and stuff like that. I'm never on it. I don't scroll these things. You know, that's how out of touch I am. Everything that you're seeing gets fed to me by Austin Vollmer, the listener from the show. He does all this work. But yeah, no. So I don't even scroll on any of that stuff. So it's not even true what he's saying. I watch a movie. I'm locked in. I turn everything off. My cell phone off. I get completely naked. I wrap myself in a cocoon, and I do not move for as long as the movie is. I watched Schindler's List like that, wrapped in a cocoon. 6 hours I was watching that because I had to rewind it a couple times for certain scenes. 6 hours. Watch Schindler's List. They didn't move a fucking muscle, bro. Your premise is debunked. Sorry, buddy. Debunked. Sorry. And look, I told you guys about Erik Andre being late. Watch, look, I'll show you how much of a complaining Jew Sam is. Like, he can't even just hang around, just wait for the guests to come. And this is what's nuts. They're 28 minutes in to an hour and a half podcast, right? And he's just now bitching about the guest being there. They didn't have to include all of this, like, small talk beforehand. So what happened? Erik Andre got there. It wasn't as good as an interview as you thought it was. Wasn't as good as an interview as you thought it was going to be. And you had to add in your small talk that you recorded before he got there. Or else you wouldn't have had a good episode. You would have had like 20 minutes of talking.
This scotch is just fucking
I have to like put it over here. It goes down too easy.
What is our guest, an hour late now? This is impressive.
Well, I think he'll have some guilt on the way in, and that'll buy us.
I would love some guilt, because you know it's bad when you fix the guest a drink and the ice is melting.
Oh.
Not a great sign.
That's your fault. You don't fix somebody something with like ice or something that could melt before they get there. That's dumb. Unless they say, I'm pulling up to your driveway now, then you make it. You don't do it just because you assume they're going to be on time, especially in Hollywood. And Erik Andre is like more famous than you, so it's like, why the fuck would he care about you? You know what I mean? I just thought that was good. Look at Sam's face, too. He goes, the ice is melting, man. It's like, this guy clearly doesn't fucking respect us, man. And then they try to be dicks about it. And then they're complaining about it. And watch what Erik does when he comes in. Watch this.
Yeah.
Could have just been in bed with her.
No, it was
Look at watch what Erik does.
Oh, there he is.
Well, we poured it. We made you a drink.
Thank you.
Oh, shit.
He comes with gifts. They talked all that shit about him before he got there. Oh, he's fucking an hour late. You know, it's crazy, bro. We made him a fucking drink. The ice is melting. Sam's getting ready to have a whole knip shit, right? And Erik Andre comes bearing gifts, and their favorite gifts, too. What kind of gifts did he come with? Alcohol, of course. Liquor. These two alcoholics need it. Now, look at Sam's face. He's like, man, I wish I didn't talk all that shit about you being late before you got here, man, because now you got me drinks and like I'm ready to tie one on because I'm shaking. I'm shaking right now because I haven't had alcohol in like 16 hours. So I appreciate you coming in with more alcohol so that I can get rid of my shakes.
What's this for you? Via Corona.
Oh, what are you crazy? You don't have to bring gifts.
What is this?
Whoa!
Hey, man.
Mama.
How are
Beautiful, independent black queen. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
You looking good.
Damn, that was like the Predator Arnold and Carl Weathers right there. Oh,
Look at that.
You're in Brooklyn.
You're
too.
not supposed to say the neighborhood of the guy on the show.
Look at that. Mark is so stupid. As soon as he gets on there, he goes, yeah, you live in Brooklyn right off of 3rd and 17th, right? And like they had to bleep it. This guy is like, dude, why? You seriously just fucking dox me I haven't even sat down.
You're in Brooklyn.
You're
too.
not supposed to say the neighborhood of the guy on the
bleep
show.
it. Bleep it and scramble it. We got it.
Now I'm going to have a lot of problems.
Oh, shit, my
I'm
bad.
going to have a ton of problems.
You're in Brownsville, too.
Finish that up so I can pour you a Manhattan or a Negroni.
I haven't been drinking.
Well, we have a drink for you right there.
Look at that. This is how fun of a guy Erik Andre is. This is how sharp of a guy Erik Andre is. He's sharp enough to realize that, oh, the show is called We Might Be Drunk. I'm an hour late. Let me get these guys drinks and bring those as gifts, right? So that I can soften the blow of me being late, so that they won't be upset with me, you know? It was my fault. It was a shitty look. I'll make up for it. He's sharp enough to realize that and to make that move, right? But he's not sharp enough to go, oh, well, I don't drink a lot. I should prepare myself to drink on a podcast called We Might Be Drunk. So as soon as he gets there, they go, we made your drink already. He's trying not. He goes, like, I don't want to drink it. Now I have to drink it because you guys made it. If you would have waited, I would have told you, no, I don't want to drink on a podcast called We Might Be Drunk. That's not what I'm here to do. That's like going on Mike Tyson's Hot Boxing where he smokes weed the whole time and you smoke weed every now and then and you go, I'm just not going to smoke weed that day. It's like, that's when you make the exception, bro. Like, what are you doing?
Manhattan or a Negroni.
I haven't been drinking.
Well, we have a drink for you right there.
We got you a rum. No pressure. But we got
it's
you
right
a
there.
rum
We have a
when you're
cocktail
right.
for you right there.
Yeah, we put it out.
Look, and he's upset about it. He's like, oh, God, I guess I'll fucking have to drink it. Look at it.
Pressure, but we got
It's
you a
right there.
rum
We have a
when you're
cocktail
right.
for you right there.
Yeah, we put it out.
Cheers. I'm
for-
sorry. You never
Cheers.
got me back.
No.
What happened?
Very rude. And I just moved back after 15 years.
Watch him
so
sip
I
it.
don't. I'm like an hour late to every meeting.
Look at his
I don't understand. I'm like, yeah, I'll be there in 15 minutes, and then I'm like, I'll cram a bunch of meetings right before.
What were
some
you
other
coming
thing.
from for this?
I had a Zoom meeting.
Take the sip.
So I was at my house. TikTok's gonna go
Negroni
through the
or
roof.
Manhattan, Norman? What are you doing?
I'll do a Manhattan.
Look at his sip.
I want to try.
He goes, He goes, thank you for the cocktail. Thank you, guys. Sips it like a little girl. That's rough, bro. See? So already off to a bad start with Erik Andre, bro. Already off to a bad start. This guy is supposed to be like insane. I'm telling you, go back and watch. He made Lauren Conrad from The OC walk off of his talk show because he threw up onto his desk and then started slurping the throw up back up. And Erik Andre is not one of those guys that like, it's not like he had the throw up in his mouth the whole time. He was talking to her during the show. So he had to make himself throw up, and then he was trying to lap it back up from off the top of his desk. She walked off set. That's the kind of guy we're talking about. This is the kind of guy that you'll be in the middle of having an interview with him. He pulls out a chainsaw and cuts the desk in half. You know? So we expect him to go absolutely bananas when he's on this show. He gets on there, he's late, shows up with gifts, alcohol, but doesn't want to drink. You're already wet blanket 101, my friend. Like, what are we going to do here? Now, listen to him. This guy's like a fucking square now. He starts talking about how he has insomnia and how he has like a 140-step process to go to bed every single night. Listen to this.
Exhausted.
It's a young man's game. You got to
Young
get
man's
up there,
game.
bomb,
Right.
fail, yeah.
And like
travel.
my sleep is all fucked up. I have insomnia, so like it gives me.
People say
adrenaline.
a lot of people say they have insomnia, but like
For the screens.
how bad?
Well, now I'm on medication.
All right.
Now I'm medicated and I'm seeing an insomnia specialist.
Whoa.
But it was fucking rough.
Insomnia specialist. I get bouts of that. What do you take? Give me some stuff. I'll get some.
You got to do the orange sunglasses at night.
Whoa.
Because that like blue light from the screens is killing you.
Whoa.
I've had people tell me even the.
I love how Mark tries to treat everything like it's a fucking epiphany. Like every single time somebody says something that they're just like, yeah, this is just like a normal thing for me. Mark's like, whoa, bro. He's like, yeah, I went to public school in San Diego. He's like, whoa. Somebody's like, yeah, I grew up with 2 legs, tied my shoes every day, put my socks on 1 foot at a time, just like everybody else. Mark's like, whoa, you put your socks on 1 at a time? Whoa. It's like, shut the fuck up. It's every single thing. You could tell this guy anything. That's what he does. Instead of just sitting there and shutting the fuck up and listening, he wants you to feel like he's listening to you. You know, that's all he wants. He just wants you to understand that he wants you to think that he's listening. He's probably not, but he wants you to at least think that, right? So every time you say something, he's going to go, whoa, like it's the first time he's ever heard it.
Whoa.
Yeah. Whoa. Look, Eric goes, I'm seeing an insomnia specialist. He goes, whoa, I didn't even know those existed, man. What is that? Where'd you get that? What is that, like some Elon Musk type thing?
Vacation.
All right.
Now I'm medicated and I'm seeing an insomnia specialist.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. But it was fucking rough.
Because I get bouts of that. What do you take? Give me some stuff. I'll get some.
You got to do the orange sunglasses at night.
Whoa.
Because that like blue light from the screens is killing you.
Whoa.
I've had people tell me even the Wi-Fi, you turn off Wi-Fi on your phone and don't put it next to your nightstand, put it on the floor.
I don't even charge my phone in my room.
Whoa.
No electronics.
Dude, 4 times. It's been not even 30 seconds. He's whoa, 4 times.
In my room, orange sunglasses at night. You got to wear those fucking.
Really?
You got it.
I gotta order another. I keep losing those.
And then I'm on Trazodone and Q-Vivic. I'm on 2.
Damn.
What's your like wind down routine? Like
Trazodone and Q-Vivic, dude. This guy's doing like all this shit before bed, and on top of that, he's on antidepressants. I think the Trazodone is an antidepressant, and the Q-Vivic, which is like a heavy sleep sedative. It's like you take one of those. That's not like Ambien. You might stay awake on Ambien. You know, you might stay awake on some sleep aids. You know, Rite Aid sleep aids. That Q-Vivic, you take a dose of that, dude. You're out. That's it. This guy still can't sleep. He has to do all this stuff. Blue light glasses. He's wearing orange shades. He does. Listen to him. He goes, I don't even charge my phone in my room anymore. It's crazy.
I'm on Trazodone and Q-Vivic. I'm on 2.
Damn.
What's your like wind down routine? Like no TV, right? Nothing.
I just started this with this insomnia specialist. So no, I can watch TV. I try to do 7 hours of sleep, and so at like 10, the blue light blocking glasses come on. 11, the screens go off. Brush my teeth, whatever. Get ready for bed. Take my medications, and then I go into my bedroom with no electronics, and I can only read a book or journal. Like
whoa!
And so I sit. I have like a Moroccan poof that I sit on. So I sit. I journal. I read a book.
This is why Anne Frank slept very well.
And you can't get sleepy. You can't touch your bed until you're like yawning and sleeping.
Okay.
You can't associate your bed with tossing and turning because it's Pavlovian.
Interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
Pavlovian is a Pavlovian principle, man. You can't associate your bed with anything but sleep, man. I associate my bed with everything. I will literally eat in my bed. I will eat a 4-course meal in my bed. It's never fucked with anything in my life, except I might have to clean my sheets a little more. You know what I mean? That's like such dog shit. These celebrities will come up with anything because they have the money to see a doctor, some quack that knows he can set up a practice and put any name he wants on it somewhere out in LA because some rich fucking moron will buy it. And then they just feed him some line of bullshit like that. And then those celebrities start telling their friends, they go, I'm seeing this insomnia special. It's like the best. He's like my guy. You know, he's like my guy. You know, he charges $7,000 per hour, but he will have you sleeping like a baby. Yeah, dude, you're on like fucking 2 of the strongest medications. You know what's one of the reasons why certain antidepressants are so successful, why they work so well? Because they knock you out. It's hard to be depressed if you're sleeping all the time. You know what I mean? That's just the way it is. So you're taking 2 different sets of medication that will make you sleepier than fuck. And now you're sitting here boring us to death with these fucking stories. It's like Erik Andre should be sleeping butt-ass naked in the middle of a hallway somewhere with melted ice cream all over the floor next to him. That's the kind of crazy, kooky guy. That's the way he needs to fall asleep. Not reading and journaling next to a candlelight, wearing some fucking silk bonnet, taking all the electronics out of his room. He has to do all this at 10 and this at 11 and this at 12, and he's brushing his teeth and he doesn't get in bed. It's like, what are you doing? You can't sleep because you're thinking so much about how you can't sleep. Calm the fuck down and lay in bed and you'll go to sleep. That's the way this works.
Yeah, I'm a tosser and turner for sure.
I did the
Yeah, it's better to get out of bed if you're tossing and turning more than 15, 20 minutes and just go read by candlelight. You want dim light. Read by candlelight, journal. It's a fucking... I'm living in the medieval times.
The Amish.
You're living in the medieval times, he says, dude. Give it up. Erik Andre, wettest blanket in the biz. You know what I mean? But that doesn't stop a guy like Mark from asking him where he can buy some drugs, you know? He starts hearing about that trazodone and that Qvivic, all these specialists and shit. Mark's like, well, this guy, he might do anything to get some sleep. He might know the hookup. He brings up some Xanax. Mark's like, let me buy all of your Xanax, man. But Mark tries to, he's like fishing when he says it. You'll hear when he says it, the tone that he's using. He's like trying to make it like a joke, but he's like, but if you're not joking, I will actually buy it.
Yeah, take the whole time. Trazodone's a SSRI or an SNRI or something, so I think you can take it. I want to wean off it, but for now, I'm like, I had to stop the bleeding. It was real bad.
I'll tell you, I got hooked on Xanax for a while because it works.
Same with me. It's the only thing that knocked me out. That
me
fucked
too.
Me up.
But I was licking the inside of the bag and shit, and I was like, I gotta stop. I gotta stop.
Yeah. I was like, no more.
Yeah.
So I called my psychiatrist, so I was like, just Klonopin.
You got any?
I sure do.
Oh, I'll buy it from you.
They make every drink.
Look at his face. Oh, I'll buy it from you. Comedy and Klonopins, they go together like peanut butter and jizz. Oh. I always say peanut butter and jizz. Whoa! I always picture Mark doing that. He's, even though he doesn't do that, I always just want to envision Mark doing that. After every punchline, he's like, "Yeah, I saw a Victoria's Secret model with Down syndrome. I'd go Downs on her." Whoa! I always picture him doing that. Whoa! Erik Andre staring over at Sam. He's like, "Yo, man, get your boy, bro. Get your boy in check, bro. I'm not that kooky fucking dude from the Erik Andre show. I'll seriously fuck y'all shit up, bro. Y'all asking me these questions, trying to buy my drugs on air like this. Look at that. Watch how Mark does this. Look at he's dead inside. Mark Normand is legitimately dead inside. This guy, he reminds me, he's like the Ted Bundy of comedy. We're going to come to find out that, because he's somewhat good looking, right? And he has this weird, autistic to where he's, very aloof and doesn't care about anything. So, girls will actually fuck this guy, right? And then I just picture him, making this same face, but, cutting a woman's body up into pieces. And he's like, this is comedy, man. This is so hilarious. And he's just cutting someone into pieces. He's dead inside. He's asking for Klonopin. He's talking about how he's licking the bag when he was doing Xanax. This guy... he's fucking unhinged, man.
I was like, no more.
Yeah.
So I called my psychiatrist, so I was like, just Klonopin.
You got any?
I sure do.
Ooh, look at, I didn't even notice that. Wait, watch when he goes, you got any? And he goes, he's hurting. My man's hurting right now.
I was like, just Klonopin.
You got any?
Look at that. You got any? Because I could, I could really go for some right now. My joints are aching, and all this comedy is really doing a number on my body, man. It kind of hurts, you know? It's people like that want to do these kinds of drugs, they'll come up with any excuse to do it. I'd be like, I stubbed my toe 7 years ago. It's been acting up ever since, you know? And now I'm addicted to Oxycontin.
I sure do.
Oh, I'll buy it from you.
They make every drink 2 for $1.
Woo!
I think they put peach in this. I think there's peach bitters in this.
So now he has to play it off. Woo-wee! They make every drink 2 for 1, buddy. Every one of them drinks 2 for 1, buddy. 2 for 1, buddy. Let's see. I don't even remember. We're going to play this last time code and close out this segment. Go into the listener submitted voicemail segment. But this last time code, I forget what it even is. It says Erik is letting the boys down, doesn't drink in brackets. So let's see what it is.
Stuff. So I would like seeing him work out and it not work. I was kind of like, oh, this is just like fun to watch.
Yeah.
This is the first drink I've had in a long time.
How the hell did
Really?
you sell that?
You quit comedy, you quit alcohol. What are you still
I didn't
doing?
really drink. I didn't really quit alcohol. I'm just puffs me up, man. I'm trying to fucking
We're trying
fit
to
my
pump
old
you up.
jeans.
I see.
Yeah.
No, puffs me up.
Oh, puffs.
No, I'm feeling puffy. Dude.
I'm puffed up.
See, now the guys are starting to get fed up with this. He's like, man, I don't drink. They even, look, Sam even said, he's like, you don't drink, you don't do comedy. He's like, why the fuck did we even have you on? Like, you're not even entertaining anymore. You're just like this normal fucking nerdy black dude. And you don't even watch anime. That's the worst part. You don't even watch anime. You cannot be a nerdy black dude and you don't watch anime. It's like, that's not... And you're doing like 118 things to go to bed every night because you're scared of your phone or something like that. It's like, what are you talking about? You know? It's like, cut this guy off already.
This is the juice
I want to fit, and I want to fit my old jeans.
All right. Well, how the hell?
Slide in those old fucking Wranglers.
Well, the sweatpants will help.
No, the sweatpants is because I fucking.
You look
drink.
fine.
I just lost 30 pounds.
Whoa!
Really?
I just lost her. Okay, Erik Andre is the most boring guy ever now in comedy. Let's give it up for Erik Andre. He's boring as fuck. You know, gotta get over Erik, man. I'm sorry. I can't do it.
Most
Erik,
of the time,
hey, shut the fuck up. We're not even talking about you, Tom. What are you even doing? Huh? So let's check out the listener submitted voicemails. I forgot to sign into my voicemail app thingy. You know, I use Google Voice for these. If you didn't know, very easy to do if you have a show, right? And your show, you want to do like call-in stuff on the show, you can use Google Voice. It'll give you a phone number. You can set it up to where you don't get the calls to your phone, and you can just get voicemails. It's very, very nice. Very nice if you want to do something along these lines. So I have a voicemail here, and I'm going to be honest, I haven't listened to it until right now. So let's get into it. Why don't we? Oh, wait, of course. Before we get into it, as always, if you want to call into the show, you want to get some anonymous advice, talk some shit, you got something funny to say, anything you want, you can call in and leave a voicemail. If it's good, we will put it on the show. And you can do that by calling the number 316-396-0025. Took me a second to remember that. Once again, the number is 316-396-0025. Okay, so let's play this voicemail and see if we can give some advice.
Hey, yo, man. What's up, dude? It's your boy, Austin Volner, 3101. Let me tell you something. My girlfriend...
Wait, the Austin Vollmer, 3101? The one that pays for all this shit? That Austin? Hey, man, I'd like to thank you for calling into the show, first of all. I'm not going to lie. You sound nothing like I envisioned. I envisioned you sounding way squeakier than that. Not that you have like a crazy deep voice as it is, but I thought, like, judging by what I had seen from you online, I thought you were like 17. It sounds like you might be like 20. So let's hear what you got to say. And again, thank you for calling in. Let's have some fun. Let's listen to this voicemail. What do you got for us, Austin?
Hey, yo, man. What's up, dude? It's your boy, Austin Volner, 3101. Let me tell you something. My girlfriend thinks she runs the fucking show. Check this out. I bought this girl a car. You know what I'm saying? A $5,000 Volkswagen Passat TDI. Right? Fucking great car. You know what I'm saying? I bought this girl a phone. I pay the bills. I'm in the union. I went into the union right out of high school. I'm almost a journeyman, man. I'm 22. I'm almost a journeyman. And I'm over here fucking paying the bills, all of the above. You know what I'm saying? And
dude, I like it. It's funny, Austin. You have the cadence of how you're talking. It's like you sound like a mix of Theo Vaughn and kind of like me. It's funny. This is so funny. I've been trying to break this habit for so long now. You guys have fucking no idea. If you pay attention to the show, or if you're an avid listener of the show, you will notice that a lot of times I always throw in this stupid ass qualifier when I'm talking, and I say, do you know what I'm saying? I will say it's so subconscious. I all the time I'm trying. So like sometimes when you see me catching a flow of like talking about a topic during the show, and then you kind of see me like break that flow, it kind of looks like I'm like in my head a little bit. That's the stuff that I'm thinking about. Is like, okay, curse a little bit less. Not that I want to censor myself, but we want to make this like, you know, palatable for people. People are listening to this shit at work. So I'll always think to myself, okay, curse a little bit less. You say, you know what I'm saying after, or I say, you know what I mean all the time. After it's, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Every sentence I'm saying it. And to me, it's a bad habit for having a radio show. If you want to talk like that, it's not a big deal. But to have it recorded, you know, people are going to listen back to it. It's like every other fucking sentence, you got to say that. I say it, you know, I think that about myself. And it's so funny. And you sound like Theo because you're kind of like, I'm 22, man. You don't have a southern accent, but it's like, you're like, I'm 22, man. I'm a journeyman. I'm 22 and I'm a journeyman. It's like Theo kind of does that sometimes when he's talking. It's so funny. This is very interesting. I'd say this is probably one of my favorite parts about getting voicemails from you guys. Last week we got one from a listener that I like have not made much contact with before, but Austin's bought merch. This guy's sending me DMs. Austin was the one who sent me the Francis Borges bought a train. He sent me that clip. I mean, Austin's like a fan of the show. This guy's a real deal. You know what I mean? And this is my favorite part, is like hearing you guys, what the fuck you guys actually sound like. Because you all know what I sound like, right? It's not very often I'm going to get to hear what you sound like. That's why you got to call into the show. 316-396-0025. Give it up to Austin.
Girl, a car. You know what I'm saying? A $5,000 Volkswagen Passat TDI. Right? Fucking great car. You know what I'm saying? I bought this girl a phone. I pay the bills. I'm in the union. I went into the union right out of high school. I'm almost a journeyman, man. I'm 22. I'm almost a journeyman. And I'm over here fucking paying the bills, all of the above. You know what I'm saying? And she's always telling me what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, Austin, why don't you clean up the room? Austin, why don't you do the dishes? I'm like, what? You want me to do what? Every weekend she's like, hey, I'm gonna go do this. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, baby, I want to go out with my friends. You know what I'm saying? Been working real hard. You know, she's like, well, I already made plans. And then I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll watch the baby, you know, because she's my baby mama. Like, I have a kid with her. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's just like I gave her that power for, like, after I got her pregnant, she's, like, changed all of a sudden. And now she's the boss of the relationship. But, like, fuck, dude. I'm out here working my ass off, and I just want to come home and play some more fucking video games. And she's like, Austin, come on, let's just watch Love After Lockup, which is a great show. Great show. But
I love Love After Lockup, Austin. I'll tell you that right now. I love Love After Lockup. This is the thing. I don't have cable, right? So I watch it on like free Roku TV. So I'm watching the old shit. I need to catch up. I might get cable just to watch Love After Lockup. Love After Lockup is a great show. Okay, it's good mind garbage. So I give it to you, Austin. That's great. Well, going home to play video games, that's not so much my thing. Love After Lockup is good. Love After Lockup is good.
Watch Love After Lockup, which is a great show. Great show. But fucking, I'm like, baby, I gotta go fucking run people down as Arthur Morgan for at least 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta get diamond on Black Ops 6 on my SMGs.
Ah, I see.
You know? I got goals. I gotta go downstairs and play guitar and learn how to play fucking Fire Through the Fire and Flames.
Ooh. See, Austin, judging by what I'm hearing right now, you fucking rock, bro. I mean, like Call of Duty, Love After Lockup, trying to learn how to play Through the Fire and Flames on guitar. I mean, yeah, I know Through the Fire and the Flames. What's the name of that band? It's like Dragon Force, right? I think did Through the Fire and the Flames. Good luck on that one. I play guitar a little bit. I know that's a very difficult song to learn how to play. So far, you sound like the raddest fucking guy in Oklahoma. So, like, what's this bitch's problem? Not to call your girl a bitch. Hold on. Let's listen to the rest of this.
You know what I'm saying? This is going to take a while. I got goals. You know what I'm saying? I'm already working my ass off. What, I got to come home and do your chores? You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But yeah, how can I, so I guess my question really is like, how can I switch this around and fucking, you know, be the boss of the relationship again?
Ah.
All right. Thank you. Love the show. God bless. All the above. Later.
Okay. So I do want to start by saying I sincerely thank you for calling in. It sounds like quite the situation you got here, and I'm happy that you could at least have the courage, if you want to call it that, to call in and say your piece in front of the tens of people that will watch this show. I greatly appreciate that. And to trust me with the advice. I mean, that fucking warms my goddamn heart. You know, because who am I? I'm just some Mr. Jerry from down in Jersey, man. What, you know what I mean? But I'm going to try to steer you in the right direction. So, you know, I had to take a hit. You have to take a hit. Because it's a loaded one, Austin. You're hitting me with a loaded one, bro. Because there's a lot that I don't know here, you know. And I'm going to try to keep this as, you know, as not joking as I possibly can, as serious as I possibly can. There's a lot that I don't know here. Does she work? It sounds like you have a stay-at-home mom type situation, which is a very dangerous thing, especially when you guys are as young as you are, you know? Now it's not like it used to be back in the old days, you know, back when it was like the 80s, 60s, 70s, 50s, whatever. You know, back then a stay-at-home mom, They weren't as exposed to what's happening in the rest of the world. They weren't as exposed to as many options as they have now. There was no such thing as online dating, right? And what do they say? They say, like, idle hands are the devil's playground, right? I mean, and I'm not saying she's, like, cheating on you or nothing. I'm saying, like, she could be at home sitting there scrolling online, trying to be, you know, seeing how good everybody else's life is while she's sitting there being a stay-at-home mom. It might have her feeling some type of way, and that's why she feels like she wants to go out all the time and fucking you're doing all the chores and blah, blah, blah. Maybe she feels like something got taken away from her when you knocked her up. I don't know. I could tell you right now, in all sincerity, it's not healthy for one of you to be the boss. That's kind of like not how things work in relationships. It's not... I get what you're saying. I know you're saying like you don't want to be like you're not saying that you want to be like the boss, what you say goes. I know you just want to get your balls back. I get it. But just in case that's not what you meant, I will say no one person should be like the boss in the relationship. At least not in my eyes. Like when people say stupid shit like happy life, like that guy's a fucking fag. He's probably somebody who gets bitched around a lot at home. And that's the way that he likes to cope with it, by saying stupid shit like that. But then on the opposite side of that, I'm not saying that you should be like some Andrew Tate guy and be like, I tell my bitch what to do. I tell her how to eat. In the morning, she makes me 2 coffees. I only drink 1. Why do I have her make me 2? I let the other one get cold just because I know that she'll do it. That's the kind of dude that I am. You don't need to be like that either. You kind of need to just a relationship is a relationship. Both people need to work at it. You got to think about it like, at least to me, this is how I think about it. I think about a relationship with my girlfriend the same as I would think about a relationship with like my best friend, right? I'm not going to ask my best friend to do everything for me. That would be crazy, right? But I could ask my best friend for help sometimes, and as I would expect him to help me if it's possible, it's within the scope of possibility, because it's my best friend. And that person should expect the same from me. But I don't run anything in my best friend's life, and if my best friend tried to run something in my life, I would feel a little weird about that, right? So it's kind of the same thing. Like a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship, a significant other, it should be like your best friend. You just fuck each other every now and then, right? You know what I mean? Like, this should be an equal opportunity employment type situation. Nobody should be running anything. Both people should be doing some sort of work. And that would be my suggestion, is to like maybe try to present that, right? Here's the issue. You're both young and you're both stupid. I mean, we're all stupid, right? But being young, it's a different kind of stupid. It's like you kind of just, you might not have like the experience of going through different relationships to know like, oh, well, I didn't like this about that one, so this is how I'll handle my next one type situation. It's like that kind of stupid. It's like a lack of experience. Not saying you're intellectually stupid. So with both of you being young, right? If you try to sit down and have this kind of talk with her, she might think that you're like the corniest fucking dude in Oklahoma. I don't know. Because it is kind of weird. It's like life is not like a movie, right? It's kind of weird to like sit someone down and be like, listen, this is what's going on with me. This is how you're making me feel. Like, I feel like we need to work on this, especially if we have a kid. Like, in your mind, that might seem like the corniest shit, right? But that's the way adults do it. Like, it sounds crazy, but that's the way adults do it. It's like, if I was in a relationship with somebody and I didn't like something about it, I'm a little more like on the sleeve with my shit. Like, I'm not saying that you should handle it this way, but if I came home and I had a stay-at-home wife or girlfriend or whatever, and she said to me, you need to clean the house after I just got home from work, the first words that are going to come out of my mouth is, what the fuck have you been doing all day? And it's not because I feel like that's her job, but I would legitimately want to know what the fuck that she had been doing all day, that she was so busy that like now it's my job. Right? Because like a stay-at-home mom is a job too. It's not like she's not doing anything, right? Like, you work a job and you get money, but who would take care of your kids? If she had a full-time job, you guys would have to pay someone to do that, right? So essentially she's doing that job. So it's not like, you know, maybe and here's the thing. That in that perspective, it's like you're right. But let's play devil's advocate. Let's take both sides here. Is it like a type of thing to where like she's just asking you to help out and you're taking it the wrong way? See how like there could be both sides to this, you know? So we want to make sure that like we're fighting for the right cause here. Because I don't know the ins and outs of this situation. It could be really she's taking advantage of you and she's not doing anything all day. And then you get home from work, she's like, you need to clean this mess up. If that's the case, then that's not cool. It's like if she's sitting at home, you're giving her that luxury by working and paying all the bills. It's like it would kind of like almost just make sense. It's not like that's her job because she's a woman. It's like if she made more money than you and she worked all day and you stayed at home and didn't clean the house, that would still be just as big of a problem. It would be just as big of a problem, you know? It's so it's not like a double standard or anything. It's just that just makes sense. So if that's the case, then yeah, you're kind of right in that to be like, well, I just got done working all day. What the fuck are you talking about? And then the whole going out on weekends thing, like, and you stay home and watch the kid. In my humble opinion, you have a kid, it's over for you. None of you, neither of you should be going out like that. And that's just the way it is. You every now and then a girls' night, and then every now and then you have like a guys' night or whatever, or like you guys go out together on date nights every now and then. You know, you get the mom to babysit the kids, something like that. These are all reasonable things. But unless you want your kid to grow up to be a drug addict, a stripper, or like a complete degenerate, you want to pay attention to that motherfucker, right? So going out all the time, whether it's one of you or both of you, not really all that cool. Especially the mom. Like, and this is not like a sexist take. This is more like a nature thing. It's like babies are always more attached to the mom. You guys could both be in the picture the same exact amount of time. The kids always tend to be more attached to the mom. I mean, they came out of the goddamn woman. It's like, that's the way it works. So for her to be going out all the time and for you to be staying home, it's not like, it's just not cool. It might, I'm not a psychologist, but I would imagine like it would maybe do something to the baby's brain or something like that. I don't know. I just feel like the mom should be there. You guys should both be there, like that, just as equally. So maybe sit down and just kind of say like, hey, look, the going out a lot, that shit, like for the kid, I think that we should both be home a lot more. And you can compromise by, don't just come to her and say, no more going out, that's it. Because now it seems like you're trying to put your foot on her neck, right? You want to go about that to where like you guys are coming to like a compromise. So maybe you go to her and you go, hey, look, I don't really appreciate the going out all the time and then I get stuck with the kid. You know, I feel like we should both be there for the kid all the time. How's about instead of like you going out all the time and me getting stuck with the kid, how's about me and you start going out more on date nights? We'll start going like once a week or once every 2 weeks. We'll either hire a babysitter or talk to one of our parents about helping us watch the kid while we go out. And that way you get to go out all the time like you want to, and we get to spend more quality time with each other. And you know what I mean? And then we're around the kid more because we're both not going out. You know, we're just going out together that one time and then we stay home. You know, maybe that might be a good compromise. I don't know. So sitting down and maybe like laying all those things out to her, and then that's really all you can do. It's like what, aside from just telling her how you feel and trying to take like some steps of compromise, you know what I mean? That's really the way it works. Also, I don't know. I feel like girls are always going to try to test you, right? You know what I mean? Any girl in any relationship, they're going to try to test you, I feel like. They're going to like say something wild to you, and then when you snap back to them, they're going to like walk off in the middle of dinner, expect you to chase them. I never chase them. I will never, dude. There was, a girl, I could be in an argument with the girl. She goes, stop, let me out the car. I will never beg her once. She gets out of the car, I'm pulling the fuck away. Uber's a thing now. You can get home safely. I don't got to be a part of it. I'm sorry. Like, you know what I mean? I don't have time or patience to put up with some chick like that. I'll tell you right now. But that's just me, you know? And I don't have any kids, so I don't have to worry about like the ball and chain of that. But you do, you know? So it's like, you know, you lay it all out and see how it works out. That's some good advice right there. You know, be honest about it. If there's no communication, that's not a good foundation for a relationship. So what else you got here? You bought. See, that's also a very tricky thing too. Sorry, I had to take a hit of the vape. You know, that cancer stick will get you. I can understand where you're coming from, where you're like, where I want to feel like the boss in the relationship again, because you're paying for a lot of stuff. Like, you're saying you bought her a car, you pay the cell phone bill, you pay all the bills and stuff. It's like, so, but here's the thing. It's like, if you're going to do all that stuff, are you like also holding it over her head? Because that wouldn't be cool to do either. Like, so you don't want to come at her and be like, you go out too much. On top of that, I pay for blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Because then it's going to, and I'm not trying to take sides here. I'm just saying you don't want to come across that way, because like, then to her, it's going to make it seem like you're doing all that stuff so you can have something to hold over her head, right? And you don't want to do that. You want to kind of like, if you're doing all those things because you love this person, like, then it's like, but I understand like the point that you're making. Like I guess you have to bring it up. It's not like you're sitting there holding it over her head right now. You're just explaining to me like how it is. But what I'm telling you is don't hold those things over her head. Like if you're going to do them out of the kindness of your heart. But I do get the point that you're making. It seems like you're getting taken advantage of a little bit, right? So, I mean, try to talk it out. Explain to her your situation and see if you guys can come to a common ground. Like, but I'll tell you right now, if nothing gets done at all, no talking, no anything, this is going to end up getting to a point to where, like, you're going to resent the fuck out of her. You guys are going to argue all the time. Someone's going to walk out the relationship or someone's going to cheat and this, and it's going to be like a whole big blowout thing. It's better to try to get ahead of these kinds of things and talk them out and see how you can resolve them first. Because not talking was just build up all that shit and then something bad's going to happen. Or you could just kick her out the house and pay child support. I mean, shit, you're making an assload of money. If you're almost a journeyman, like, you're like the richest guy in Oklahoma. So it's like, if you don't want to put up with the shit, bro, it's like, if she's 22, how old are you? Oh no, you're almost 22, you said. So you're 22, you're almost a journeyman, bro. It's like, I understand you got a kid. But hell, if worse comes to worse, you just cheat on her. So let's give it up for my man Austin, dude. Austin 3101, dude. Thank you so much for calling into the show. I greatly appreciate it. And don't forget, anyone listening, if you would like to call into the show as well, that's 316-396-0025. Advice, taking funny calls. You want to call in, talk. You could literally call in and tell me how much you fucking hate the show. And if I think it's funny, I'll actually play it. You know, I'm not going to play every single... You know how many hate comments I get on this goddamn channel? You think I'm reading every single goddamn one? No. So we can't play every single one, but if it's funny, if I think it's funny, I'll play it on the show. You know, it's all for content, bro. We're in the world of content, bro. This is all in the game of content, bro. So let's play a little bit of music, because I think that's going to end up doing us for this episode. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh damn, I like that song. It's a good one to end on. As always, I'd like to thank you for joining me on yet another episode of Lost Aux Media, where we make you take a second look at what you just watched. This is a fun one, man. I had a lot of fun hanging out with you guys. I hope you're having just as much fun hanging out with me. And if you are, do all the lame shit. Like, subscribe, comment, tell your friends, of course. The more listeners we have, the more that the show grows, the more that we can do, you know what I mean? We spread that word to the masses, and who knows what's possible for us, you know what I mean? I'm trying to turn this community into a full-on race war, if you get what I'm saying. Like, we need to get these numbers up. So... like I said again, thank you for sticking around to the end. Be sure to catch us at lostaux.media. You can stay up to date with all things Lost Aux Media. You can watch full episodes of the show, catch all of our social media links, and as always, support the show by buying merch. Call-ins at 316-396-0025. Until next week, much love, much goodbyes. See you later. Ooh.
We run the block and we ain't see your face. Brother, what you saying, start praying. Who you looking at? Like you really got something to say. What you gonna do? Who is you? We don't know your name. Where you coming from? We run the block and we ain't seen your face. Brother, what you saying, start